I didn't expect to meet you in a place like this. It's been 5 years, hasn't it? Has it already been that long? You've grown a lot since I last saw you. Jaw and Yop. It doesn't seem like a situation to greet each other warmly. Ha ha. It wasn't like that in the first place, was it? That's true. I remember getting scolded harshly by the family head. I learned more than just 1 or 2 things from that harsh kick on that day. Did you carry that one incident with you all this time? Such kind words. Would you be able to forget that pain so easily? Of course, not. It's different from back then. Why don't you try receiving it once? You're using a sword with your own distinctive style. Q. Isn't this Shima's sword technique? I can't believe he's using this kind of swordsmanship. Hey Shulsubam. You've changed too. Well, I've always wanted to face someone like you. This story begins in the most prominent Kamzook soul family among the Kamzook families. Let's go for today. I heard that on a cold winter day, poorly dressed couple abandoned a child at the gate of the Kamzook soul house and disappeared. The child was picked up by a nanny and ended up as a servant at the soul house. That child is me, Jaw Yop. I've been serving in this household for almost 10 years now. They say even a village school dog can recite poetry after 3 years? As I grew up here, one thing I've come to realize is that, contrary to public opinion, our master is an extremely foolish person. Kamzook Soul House's master, Soul Sadiak, performs the secret technique of Kamzook Soul family every morning. His appearance, akin to a white crane dancing, led to the naming of his sword technique as white crane swordsmanship. However, by seeing such a sight every day, I could find an aspect in the master's swordplay that bothered me. The white crane swordsmanship I perceived emphasizes defense, adopting a posture that can easily withdraw at any moment, and become stronger in the next breath. However, in the latter part of our master's 5th sword stroke, what are you doing there again? Master's swordsmanship is so impressive that I momentarily lost myself and just watched in awe. Hee. What would a lowly servant like you understand even if you see it? Ha ha. Weeza, I'll talk about the aspects of the white crane swordsmanship that bother me in the master's display some other time. Anyway, the master must have researched for decades for that sword technique. Yet, even in the eyes of a lowly servant like me, flaws in the swordsmanship are apparent. You rascal. Stop bothering the master and come here right now. Grandpa Huang. You're here. Even if it's amazing, it's not polite for a servant to stare at the master so openly. Be careful, it's hard to believe that such a person is a top-notch martial artist in the Murim. And another reason why I consider the master a foolish person. The master's first marriage partner was a woman named Minga Young. It's said that he treated Lady Min poorly. Even though I, who only heard stories through the family members and other servants while running errands, I could see how great Lady Min was. However, the two clashed in opinions at crucial decisions, and upon reflection, no matter how many times, Lady Min's thoughts were correct. So, during important decisions, everyone at Soul family followed Lady Min and respected her. The head of the family, Soul Sadiak, jealous of Lady Min's intelligence, gradually treated her more coldly. Eventually, the master's coldness towards Lady Min extended to her children. And this didn't change until the moment Lady Min passed away, pushing away his family with his foolishness and losing a wise wife. It's undeniable that our master is truly a foolish one. For now, let's leave the background story of the Soul family aside, and delve into my story. More precisely, the story of me, Jaw Yop, and Soul Subam. Today's harvest is great once again. Keg, hey, who dares to grab me by the neck? Young master, I, who was picked up by the prison camp and served as a slave, started running errands around the town when I was around 7 years old. The great master needs a brush and paper. The Chenmo ladies need salt and garlic, right? As a result, I started paying attention to various things happening in the neighborhood. Huh? It's that guy again? Most of the people my age that I meet on the streets are orphans like me. Since they don't have money, they filled their stomachs by stealing food from other people's stores. If any of them got caught because they weren't that great of a thief, you bastard. You little thief. They were often beaten until their souls escaped. But I am different. Even without looking around, I can feel how many eyes are watching me, and I instinctively know how to move along a certain path to avoid the attention of people around me. That's how I got all of this without arousing the store owner's suspicions. I have been picking dumplings, rice cakes, pancakes, etc. The orphans in the village who were given this naturally followed me. My special ability alleviated children's hunger. It wasn't a very bad feeling. That day, as usual, I was excited to pick up my harvest and head home. I never imagined that a disaster would await me. The harvest is great today, too. Hey, who's trying to tear the back of my clothes? Put down what you're holding. Oh, the great master? This is from Mr. Hong's dumpling shop. This is Yugwa's from the snack shop next to the alley. And you stole this from Mr. Yu's rice cake shop. Since when have you been stealing like this? Ahaha. What are you talking about? He didn't just catch me stealing, he knows exactly where I stole from. This guy. But, I never saw the great master in the market? Now, you're even lying. I've done this over 10 times. Elay, how come I never noticed the great master watching me? Are you still planning on lying? I was completely caught off guard. I'm scared. Everything I do in front of the great master seems to be visible to him as clearly as the inside of Buddha's palm. However, my fear was beyond the fear of getting a kick or a slap. It was more fundamental. The fear that there is someone who can see right through me. It is understandable to steal once out of hunger. But if you keep stealing every time, you will be nothing but a thief for the rest of your life. MVX, what a dirty and shameful thing. He's deliberately scolding me in a crowded place, to make my face known on the street. Outside the front door of our house, there is a hole under the roots of the Zelkova tree. I will put one of my wallets there every day. Whenever you go out to run errands, take it with you and use it to buy food. In return, if you steal just one more time, from now on, I'll cut off your wrists. If I do this, I will become a servant who has atoned for his sins and earned his master's gratitude. I will no longer feel the thrill of stealing. Knowing my movements wasn't enough, but that memory of his to identify and guess the source of all stolen items. The insight to allow him to instantly understand what kind of person you are just by looking at your eyes. The great master, Sol Su Bom, is the scariest human being I know. However, the head of the family, Sol Sadiak, did not recognize the great master's qualities. He was infatuated with his new wife and was playing around with her. This is why I think the head of the family is stupid. The new wife mentioned here is the eldest daughter of the Gansukshu family, Chang Sanmi. The she is a clever woman who married into the Sol family, the leading family in Gansu, with the intention of taking power. She used to get people in her family on her side and drive a wedge between the father and his son. At first, I was annoyed at the sight of the great master being bullied, but at some point it became irritating. Why is the great master left defenseless against Chang Sanmi's attacks? With his level of abilities, he can easily end her life with a single blow. I didn't like that at all. I thought that if there was a gap, I would have to join in on this. So, even though I was a spectator, that, Sol Songi. The second daughter of the Sol family, Sol Songi. What? This is the Grand Master's room. What's going on with Sol Songi? It's clear that she's up to something. Now they're even using their own daughter. I won't know unless I check for myself what kind of trick it is. Since ancient times, conflict is something that grows and intensifies. Especially in the old-fashioned Sol family. Will we be able to see a proper fight between Chang Sanmi and Grand Master this time? The clumsy Sol Songi would have definitely left a mark. I knew it. Well then, shall we take a look and see what she was hiding? What is this? Land document? I get it. They are planning to make a fuss and blame the Great Master for the missing land documents. If this was discovered, the Great Master he will fall into an abyss with no return. Okay, then. What should I do with this? If this land deed is discovered in the young master's room, he will be guilty of the serious crime of embezzling the family's fortune. Chu Sanmi is definitely aiming for that. Although the young master has caused me shame and agonizing pain, he has never broken his promise to pay for the children's food since that day. At first, I thought he was just trying to save face by trying to change his habits, and I thought he would stop after giving a few pennies. But until now, whether it rained or snowed, young master continued to put money in the hole. He never breaks his promises to his servants, so he is truly worthy of being the young master of a prestigious family. However, such righteousness does not prevent Chusanmi's petty tricks. TSK, even so, how could I be tricked by someone like Sol Sanghui? If the young master disappears like this, what will happen to my dignity, which was severely damaged by him? Moreover, the war between Chusanmi and the young master that I was looking forward to will be over before it even starts. Do you think I'm just going to watch that happen? For a fight to be interesting, both sides need to be evenly matched. If one side is too strong, the fight will be over before it even starts. And if one side is too weak, the fight won't be worth watching. In either case, there's no point in watching the fight. So what's the point of living if you can't enjoy a good fight? So, this is just me protecting my own happiness. It's not because I'm impressed by the young master's kindness, or because I respect his outstanding ability and righteousness, or because he's kind to hungry children. It's definitely not. A few days later, at the Xie family. Sol Su Bom, you bastard. Do you know why you're called here? No, I don't know. Everyone from Chusanmi and Sol Sanghui is gathered here early in the morning. What are they up to this time? You're trying to deny it. The land deed I recently signed is gone. You don't know where it is? Yes, I don't know. So are you saying that the land deed grew legs and ran away on its own? Don't just sit there. Speak up. Do you really don't know anything? I don't know for sure, but I've noticed that the young master has been going out to the slums a lot lately. He's a grown adult now, so I'm worried that he might pick up the bad habits of the little kids in the slums. I'm just worried, I see. So this time, you're trying to frame me as a thief? Oh, right. Now that I think about it. Yesterday, while I was in the laundry, I saw something like a scroll in the young master room. If I'm unjustly accused here, all of my hard work will be for nothing. I've been putting up with this all this time to keep my promise to my grandmother, but this kind of nonsense, the second daughter of the Sol family is helping out the servants. This is unheard of. You have a good heart. Is that so? I guess you didn't know because you were out in the slums? You're lying without batting an eye. What are you doing, you lowly servant? Get back to work. I saw you clearly beating the lower class people like they were insects. Can't father even see through such a flimsy trick now? Search the young master's room immediately and find the scroll. Yes, sir, master. I found the scroll. It was in the young master's closet, just as the young lady said. I knew it. I'll know what it says when I read it. Even the servants would be ashamed of the farce that is unfolding at the family. Let's see. Huh? What the FK is this? This is not a land deed, it's graffiti. Graffiti? It's ridiculous, but it's definitely the first form of the vision technique of the 6 sword trials. John Yop. That kid did it. I hid it in the closet, because I was ashamed of my drawing skills. Is there something wrong with it? Gasp. How did he know that I was here right away? Then, father. He's really a scary person. May I go back now? Of course. You may go back. HD but, father. Sol Sanghui. Stop it now. Thus, the land deed theft incident came to an end. The land deed, which is the evidence in this case, is still in my hands. I doubt anyone would have imagined that the culprit would be a young servant who runs errands. That being said, how long are you going to let yourself be pushed around like this? At least you should know how to protect yourself if you're going to let this bastard take advantage of you every time. So it was you after all, Lady Sol Suyan? Sol family's young lady Sol Suyan. Were you surprised? I'm sorry, what is the young lady doing at this hour of the morning? Nightscans.net. I just thought. You would be stealing by now. I heard from my brother that you were providing food to the hungry children. I see. Shit. Even the young lady is quite perceptive. Even though stealing is not the right way to do things. I think you can be proud of yourself for what you did. It's good to know that there are still people in this world who know the meaning of righteousness. Ahem. No. It's not like that. I just have a bad habit of stealing. Even when I helped the young master this time, I was just angry because I was beaten by the youngest daughter. Anyway. I'm not as good of a child as you think I am. But I still want to thank you. I'm so glad that you, the clever one, helped my brother. If it was the young master, he would have definitely said that I'm not clever, but a cunning bastard. The kindness of being able to find good points in someone and talk about them. A gentle nature where she doesn't get ahead of herself, despite being intelligent, and instead observes the surroundings first. Event if Chusanmi acts viciously. Was she holding back because she is bound by the reputation of being the best in the world? It's better to be a servant like me who has nothing to lose. TSK. Who cares about the honor of the family or the name of the ancestors, anyway? Both young master and young lady, how are they going to cope if what they tried so hard to protect, young master, your grandmother, suddenly disappears? It's really frustrating. Grandmother, young master. Internal fights within the family will only lead to unnecessary sacrifices. You must always protect our Xie family as the eldest son. That is the final wish of this grandmother. I apologize, grandmother, my son. I can no longer watch over our current Xie family. The funeral of the old lady was conducted in a gloomy atmosphere. Let's quietly send her off. Lady Suyan grieving. The sight of the young master suffering was almost too difficult for me to witness. However, I can't intervene in things like this as I did during the land document incident. I can only watch from a distance. Now, Xie family will fall into the hands of Chusanmi. If that happens, the young master will. Kupuk, but strangely, Chusanmi just left the young master alone. It was as if she was waiting for the right time. And so, about a month passed, and the season changed. Since the old lady's death, the young master often found himself lost in thoughts. I could vaguely guess what those thoughts were. Chulkik, and so, I had to make certain preparations as well. This must be the last destination. Just as I expected, are you leaving again? Oh. It's you again. If the young master has made such a big decision, he'll need a considerable amount of money to meet that decision. Take this with you. So you were waiting, as if you knew I was leaving. I waited for you on this chilly night. Honestly, I don't understand. Why are you leaving the Xie family on your own? Haven't you had plenty of chances to stand up against Lady Chu? You should have shown the true qualities of the eldest son of an orthodox noble sect, just like you did to me. Why did you hide such exceptional abilities until this point? I know that it was the wish of the old granny. She didn't want her son and grandson fighting, with the new daughter-in-law causing the downfall of her former son. Both she wouldn't have wanted such disastrous results. There's no reason to adhere to that anymore. However, now that grandmother has passed away, don't be mistaken. I will come back. The forces that target us are deeply rooted in the martial arts world, like a snake in the grass. Now that Chusanmi has taken control of Xie family, Chu family is likely planning to push me aside. Then, my father will eventually realize, even though it'll be too late by then. But I am the eldest son of the Gansu's first family. I cannot just stand by and watch. I will become even more stronger than I am now and handle them all. Indeed, I understand your words well. It seems even the young master finds it difficult to become stronger within the current Xie family. What are you trying to say? The arrogance and tediousness of the orthodox sects? For example, the best martial arts technique in Gansu, Bekak swordsmanship. Nightscans.net. The fifth sword form of Bekak swordsmanship, two-sword style. Two-sword style combines offense and defense with the sword. In order to be able to retreat, you need to exert more force and push your hips back like this, but our family refuses to adopt this posture, deeming it unimpressive and not fitting for the orthodox sect style, leaving vulnerabilities. Isn't it time for you to go beyond the limitations of our Xie family and see and learn more outside? I admit your insight, but surely you're not trying to insult our Xie family in front of me, right? Of course not. I also grew up while eating and living in the Xie family. It just seems that the power of the unorthodox faction is stronger than that of the orthodox. I came to bid farewell to the young master, who is leaving on a long journey, because I was worried. Fine, whether you become orthodox or unorthodox, just be as you've always been, please. If you steal or do anything wrong, I will be the one punishing you. There's one last thing I want to ask. Yes? Another one? What is it? If Suyan is in trouble, just once, as I did for you, please help that kid. Suyan is a clever child, but just in case, Continue to show interest in her like you are doing now. In interest? What are you talking about? When did I ever show interest in Lady Suyeon? Kid, getting worked up about the word interest. Are you really concerned about Suyeon? This is unnecessary. Do as you please with it. To know I hope that your mischievousness makes the world more entertaining. Young master left with those final words. It felt like the last conversation between brothers, which I realized later on. I guess this should be enough. Everyone is wailing, so I shouldn't be late. Nightscans.net and time passed by quickly. Before we knew it, spring had come. As spring approached, the days grew warmer. It's been less than half a year since the young master left, but I've grown like a bamboo shoot in that time. Thanks to that, I've managed to handle more tasks, traveling around here and there. Each time, I explored the area thoroughly, covering both the village and its surroundings, nightscans.net, to ensure the well-being of the people the young master had left behind. Thankfully, Suyeon's doing just fine, with no big issues to worry about. Unlike the young master, she has no reason to clash with the Chuseonmi. The young master probably saw this coming and had faith in Lady Suyeon's cleverness before he took off by himself. Yes, he even left behind the last insurance. The young master's ability to influence people with just a few words shows he's way more powerful than I am, doesn't it? Someone from the Yayul family is coming? What's happening? Well, I'm back. Oh, as expected, it's Jo and Yop. You've skillfully chosen only the prettiest ones. Is something else going on? The Yayul family is sending someone, and it seems they're planning a lengthy stay. Ensure I have ample food prepared. I guess since it's the main family of Kamzook Seoul, they're mindful of their dignity in various ways. But it's strange, the Yayul family isn't a family known for receiving generous treatment from the Kamzook Seoul family. Jo and Yop. Please take a look at my sword skills. Hey, you all. Keep it down. Go and buy whatever you want to eat, not just any food, but all that's fitting for a feast table. With such gatherings, it seems like there is a celebration happening. A celebration? Since I made the deal, this money is mine to keep. A feast for external guests, yet. There hasn't been anything worth celebrating in the village recently. What's this? Please accept it. It's said to be a treasure for you. The Yayul family's young master seems to have put sincere effort into the engagement with Lady Suyeon. Now is the time for our Kamzook Seoul family to lead and care for many people. I believe Suyeon feels the same way. With the family head occupied and the young master gone without word, as the eldest daughter, it falls upon you to manage significant external affairs. Please understand and support me for the family. Suyeon continued her routine quietly. In the young master's absence, attempts were made not just to leverage external forces for control over the Kamzook Seoul family, they even tried to sell out Suyeon as a tool. As a servant of the Kamzook Seoul family, there are limits to the information I can gather. If Suyeon goes elsewhere, all that's left for me to do is, arg. This damn white crane swordsmanship is not what I wanted to learn. What's this? This brat is swinging a wooden stick? Seoul Sang-il and Seoul Songgi. Why are you here? This insolent child. What do you think you're doing with such arrogance? I was cleaning up the debris scattered around the firewood. To you, does that just look like picking up tree branches? These kids. Are they up to something again? Eater, I heard you've been secretly watching my father's martial arts training each morning. You lowly servant, you want to learn martial arts like me? Seoul Sang-il, the second son of the Kamzook family. Arg. How about this? I'll personally teach you how to use a sword. I see, these guys. They were instigating the Kamzook Seoul family's servants under Chuseonmi's orders. Get up. From now on, I'll swing this wooden stick, so try to defend yourself. Why are you so hesitant? Don't you want to do it? No matter what, this brat has no sense of respect. You really want to get beat by a nobody like me, who's not even a master. Oppa. Arg, ouch, Sang-il Oppa. Show him what you've got. How dare you? Evade my strike so brazenly? This left a mark on my precious face. You damn brat who mooches off our house. Damn it, I got angry for no reason and escalated the situation. Now, I've no choice but to endure hits until Seoul Sang-il tires. These kids. They always make things difficult for me. Damn it. Had the young master taken only the land deed, I might have been free. What can a lowly brat like me do, young master? It would be great if, someday, I could meet up with the young master again, this time with impressive martial arts skills of my own. Yet, here I am, a lowly servant who swung a wooden stick. I guess it's only natural to take hits because of my low status. Learning swordsmanship seems a distant fantasy. It's clear I'd likely perish from a single blow from the young master as I age. How absurd would it appear, then, for me to stand defiantly, muttering in the young master presence. In this condition, neither Suyan nor anyone else will be capable of protecting anything. I'll probably be crawling in the dirt, unable to distinguish between heaven and earth. If you see me in such a pathetic state later, young master, what look would cross your face upon seeing me? I hate it all. Nothing has changed from the past, even my situation, where I'm getting beaten by a weak punch that's nowhere near as powerful as a tenth of the young master's. It's truly sickening. These guys. What the hell are they doing? Who is it? Ah, Suyan? Lady Suyan? I'm embarrassed. The person I should be protecting is actually protecting me. Lady Suyan. Next time I will definitely. Hey! Come to your senses. Given that you were talking in your sleep, it appears you were deeply upset about being hit. You were always the type to dodge trouble. What went wrong this time? My body? What? It doesn't hurt as much. Has the injury healed already? How long have I been lying down? A whole day has passed. It's about the same time as when you were beaten to the ground yesterday. Yesterday. I definitely met Suyan. Your ribs are injured. If left untreated, your abdomen may swell, making movement challenging. Sanghil deliberately inflicted the most painful wounds. I will apologize for this on his behalf. You'll start feeling better soon. I've managed your blood pressure to alleviate the pain. Rest now. Well, I did meet her. She knocked me out to lessen the pain. Boy, are you that sad about the eldest lady getting married? Huh? What kind of nonsense is that all of a sudden? That's just how it is at your age. Didn't the news of the eldest lady's marriage make you angry enough to have a fight with the younger master? Do you think I'm that stupid? It doesn't really matter. Even if we fools attempt to contest their choices, you're concerned about the eldest lady's departure too. Grandpa is also thinking of the eldest lady, right? Huh? What are you talking about all of a sudden? Archaic. If you scream like that, my ribs will tremble. Now that I think about it, weren't you originally living with Jongwoon? The fact that Suyan sent you here. Isn't it because of your strong ties to the Seoul family and your reputation as a reliable individual? It makes sense now. I recall how sad you were at the old lady's funeral. What kind of relationship did you have with the old lady? Can I say this is similar to me trying to protect Lady Suyan? Huh? What do you mean? I told Grandpa Huang about what had happened in the Seoul family so far. The land document event between Chang Sanmi and the young master. The misdeeds of Seoul Sanghil and Seoul Songgi under their family observation, and Suyan's sudden marriage news. And my suspicion that everything involving Chusanmi seems murky. So, I'm saying that it's suspicious that Chusanmi is rushing into this marriage. It really makes me worried. Haven't you spent your life deceiving others? Why are you revealing your true feelings now? Huh? You've always tricked this old man who raised you, you evil bastard. Ha ha. I hear that a lot. But I didn't mean to make fun of you. Oh my. My stomach hurts as I speak. I heard your ribs were damaged. The eldest lady prevented blood clots, so at least you were spared from the pain. Capturing blood means that an individual who has learned martial arts can regulate the internal energy flow and eliminate blood clots. It's all thanks to her that you can talk right now after getting beaten that bad. Now, try following what I do. I'll teach you how to breathe comfortably. Grandfather, did you also study martial arts? Let's talk about that after. For now, breathe in slowly and exhale. The breathing technique I tried for the first time allowed refreshing energy to flow into my body. After taking a few breaths, the pain soon went away and my body felt much more comfortable and lighter. That's incredible. Is this a breathing technique you developed? When I was a wanderer, I met an old man with a strange appearance in the mountains. I gave him some raisins and alcohol, and he gave me a book. I learned from reading that book. Perhaps that old man is a martial arts master, unknown to the wider world. Yes. You're smart, so you might as well read the book yourself. You're going to keep lying here anyway. Let me tell you that you need to rest for a full day. I only managed to read the first chapter myself and didn't go any further. If you are interested in martial arts, this could be your opportunity. Take it. A strange-looking old man who knows this breathing technique. What kind of person is this? Rest now. Where are you going? I'm going to inform Jong-un that you'll be staying here for a while. And, based on our conversation, I've come to learn something about you. I'm so glad that the young master has acknowledged you. Yes, I'm glad too. It meant a lot to me. There is heaven and earth, and there are people in them. People are born and live imbued with the energy of heaven and earth. By aligning and merging with this energy, you can have control over all things. No, isn't it from our parents that we are born? How can heaven and earth be responsible for our birth? There are all kinds of strange sayings. Anyway, the first part of the book was mostly written like that. The story continued for a long time, almost to the margins, but the moment I read that one sentence, I was able to understand the feelings of the old man who wrote the book. I was born too weak, so I gave up on everything to pursue strength. So, here I leave behind a breathing technique that is the most fundamental part of my strength. These seeking strength can through continuous training achieve feats as formidable as uprooting Mount Tai. Even though I only followed the initial breath of the book, the pain has almost gone. I must master these breathing techniques to freely control my body. 5 breathing techniques. 6 breathing techniques. Arg. I never knew breathing could be this difficult. 8. Why is this breathing technique so challenging? It must be amazing. Huh? What's this? The pain is completely gone now? Well, I'm not sure who the elder that wrote this book was, but it's quite extraordinary. Yeah. It really can't be this easy. Can it? Hong, just you watch. I'll master everything this book has to offer. Huh? Miss Suyan? Miss Suyan, to think you'd come to such a shabby place over a misunderstanding. I came to check on your health. How are you feeling? Sorry, it's my siblings' fault, and I apologize on their behalf. No need. You actually treated me so the pain wouldn't worsen, but still, I was worried you were more hurt than you are. Yes, I'm fine now. As long as I don't get scolded again for letting the lady into such a shabby room. Hee, I made you worry. I'll leave some medicine, make sure to take it. Oh, until next time. Thank Grandpa Huang for me. Yes, Miss Suyan. Thought it was just a punch I could take, but for Miss Suyan to worry like this, I need to become stronger. 10 breathing. 12 breathing. 20 breathing techniques. Let the numbers fade, as if losing oneself, and infuse each breath with sincerity and heart. What are you doing this late at night, still not lying down? Grandpa, huh? It's night already? I thought it was morning. Huh, how long have you been away, Grandpa? You're still a bit dazed, huh? It's been more than half a day, obviously. Can't you see quick-eyed? Goodness. I thought it was only about half an hour of breathing. But hey, are you sure you should be up like this? Shouldn't your coccyx be aching? What? Now, I don't even feel a hint of discomfort in my coccyx. I feel energy coursing through my body. As long as you can move, that's a relief. I have a story to share, so come and sit here. By the way, where did you go? Brought a bundle too. I went to organize my things and remembered a story No Ma once shared with me. Before you were born, Yop, Meteor. One was Meteor Sword Gate, founded by an outstanding figure named Danmukjin, White Dragon Fortress. The other, White Dragon Fortress, was smaller and less known. However, in their conflict, it wasn't the Meteor Sword Gate but the White Dragon Fortress, with its unconventional martial arts, that emerged unexpectedly victorious. Naturally, the Baekdo Alliance, which had predicted the victory of Meteor Sword Gate, was just as surprised and watched the fight between the two families. Meteor Sword Gate ceased the battle and retreated to their own faction. After that, the two families disappeared from the world, as if they had absorbed each other and disappeared, but recently, the successor of White Dragon Fortress has revealed itself. Is that the Yayals? If so, the Chusami should be in alliance with them. I did some digging, but the little information about the young lady's husband is oddly scarce. However, I remember. No Ma used to say it like a habit. She knows too much. So I've been observing and keeping an eye on the first prince and the young lady. Damn, now I understand a bit, that's all I know. I'll thoroughly investigate the potential dangers in the young lady's marriage from tomorrow onwards. Perhaps then, I'll uncover more about the Yael's family. What about that bundle? Where did you get it? This. It's the clothes No Ma made for me in his younger days. I kept it because I couldn't bear to wear or touch it. But since No Ma left only this for me, I had to bring it. Grandpa, I understand your feelings, but isn't this too much for you? No. An old man like me needs to figure things out before you do. Just watch out so you don't end up in any mess. I might not be as smart as you, but I'm an old man who has been through it all. Besides, while I'm not around, you have to protect the young lady. Grandpa Huang left the Kamzoxil early that morning. No Ma must have been a special person to Grandpa. But now, with No Ma and Grandpa both gone, only Miss Suyan remains. I wondered if I had burdened the old man with my troubles, but I found myself in a similar position. Instead of saving Miss, I found myself in a situation where I was saved. I need to become stronger. Why should I become stronger? Is it for vengeance, for justice like Grandpa Huang? Or to protect loved ones like Grandpa Huang? Neither. I just want to live a life without regrets. Having grown up an orphan, serving in the homes of others, I yearn to blaze my own trail. As a being transcendent of ordinary limits, who can overcome all of this? To do so, the path of evil and magic is much more suitable than the boring path of righteousness. This is why I chose the path of magic, Grandpa Huang. Miss Suyan, I've realized that I can't protect you now. Still, you're smart and will get through tough times by yourself. As you walk your own path, I too must seek my own. Grandpa Huang, I don't completely understand your feelings. But watching him leave the house, like he was chasing after No Ma, who he had cherished his whole life, his choice is different from what I desire. Is Yop inside? Uncle Jongwoon. Considering how much you like to wander, I was worried you might have met your end since you've been missing in action. Ahaha. I feel a bit unwell. Not working and staying in the room all day has made your face look pale. Oh, by the way, if Grandpa Huang doesn't come back after a few days, he said you can take those clothes. Do you understand what he means? This is a big problem. Grandpa must have encountered some trouble. Did Grandfather Huang really say that? Yes, he did. Suddenly, Madam sent him on some errand, and he went quite far. Lately, Grandfather seems to be burdened with a lot on his mind. No doubt about it. Grandfather was caught red-handed. Someone who had been deceiving Chu Sanmi for decades, was discovered so quickly. Yeah. Sol Sang-il and Sol Songdi didn't act suspiciously for no reason. Chu Sanmi is trying to get rid of all the remnants of the Kamzook Sol family before Suyan's marriage. With the young master gone, she can now easily get rid of Grandfather Huang. It's only a matter of time before I, who spent time with Grandfather Huang recently, am suspected. I need to act quickly. Grandfather, I will never forget this. I'll make sure to avenge you, Grandfather. Young master, you asked me to help Lady Suyan once, just once. Perhaps now is the time that you spoke of. The situation isn't favorable, and I can only offer a small help, but I'll make sure that nothing will happen to her. Grandfather Huang hasn't been seen for a few days. It feels like something is about to happen. My lady, I've got something to tell you briefly. John Yop gave me this, saying that it belonged to you. Yes, thank you. I know you must be busy, so go quickly. This is the land deed of my father, that Sol Su Balm or Aboni almost took the blame for. What is this book? A diary? Lady Suyan, I apologize for only being able to help you indirectly. By the time you read this diary, I would have already left the Kamzook Sol family. The mysterious person, who the young lady is getting married to, is a dangerous person who is hiding their true identity. Even though the young master, Grandfather Huang, and I are not here, I'm sure you can handle it wisely, my lady. Please escape from the Kamzook Sol family to a different place. Who is this? I've never seen him before. Oh my, who on earth? Phew, with this, I have settled all the debts in my heart. I no longer have any lingering attachments to this Kamzook Sol family, even though I lived there for over 10 years. I am different from all of you. I don't have any intention or the thoughts of being tied down. From now on, I will only focus on what I have decided to do. Young master, Lady Sion. Jawn Yop's story begins now. I see. Understood. Now that I know his identity, I'll take it from here. Thank you. Deal with the body. Now, there's no one that can become an obstacle in completing the marriage. I never expected that an old man with such a ridiculous story would remain in the castle. It was a good decision to have Sang-il and Songi keep an eye on him. With this, Chusanmi, the lady of Kamzook Soul family, we have eliminated everything that was bothersome in the Kamzook Soul family. Now, no one can stop us. Not only that insignificant lord, but Sang-il and Songi will also fulfill their roles. However, this is just the beginning. In order to accomplish what we need to do, there can't be a single exception. 5 days later. It seems no one followed me or anything during these 5 days. Maybe I should just rest for today. Phew, I will spend another 10 days here, then head to a suitably rugged mountain to focus on training. Nightscans.com. To master this secret technique, I need to focus on training for at least a year, no, maybe 2 years. I'll need a martial art that is much more impressive and superior than the orthodox factions. Once I finish my training, I'll descend and find Lady Sion's whereabouts first. Even if it takes several years, I'll find the enemies who infiltrated the Kamzook Soul family and take revenge. And once my revenge is complete, maybe someday I'll even compete against the young master. However, that's not all. What I truly want to obtain with my own hands is. Yes, since birth, I've always been alone. Saryuk, once everything is over, I'll live my life as I please, truly embracing it. Freely and proudly, I will conquer this vast world. 2 years later. Oh man, you've been working hard since morning. I've just started sweeping, but it looks like you, too, went out and came back early, auntie? Can't help it, the new servant from the annex isn't doing his work, TSK. Even though he's also a servant, he's acting all high and mighty now that his wife is in charge of the house. He was at least a little more subdued when the old master was around. Don't you know what fear is? Talking like that. What if the lady or the master hears you? The atmosphere was gloomy for a while after the eldest son disappeared, and then the eldest daughter disappeared too. No wonder people say the Kamzook Xie family is in declining. Their former glory is gone, and now they're just living off the scraps of other people's attention. Who would think of us as the best family in Kamzook anymore? It's not unusual for the eldest son or eldest daughter to get married, right? I really hope that one day the eldest son will appear as a hero and rebuild the Soul family. That would be really great. Most of those who walk the path of evil are corrupted by the devilish nature during their martial arts training. Moreover, they give in to their inner demons and lose their grip on their power. And they commit evil deeds and debauchery, becoming public enemies of the Murim. Some of those, who chose the path of evil, meet their end by self-destructing or get executed. However, there were also those who lived as martial artists with their will unbroken even though they followed the path of evil. Among the current top 10 martial arts masters, only 2 of them belong to the unorthodox faction: Jaewi, the unorthodox hero, and his counterpart, the righteous demon. The rest of the martial arts masters are from the orthodox faction, but they have all reached the summit of their skills. One can see how bright and noble their nature was, even among the masters of the unorthodox faction. And this place is none other than the heavenly demon fortress, where the righteous demon Gal Min Hyuk resides. Oh my gosh, I won again, Grandpa. This is my 3rd win in a row, right? Gal Min Ran, the granddaughter of Gal Min Hyuk. As you promised, you have to teach me martial arts now. Minute Ran. Grandpa is saving this all for your sake. Isn't it too dangerous to teach you martial arts? Oh my. Are you saying that you will not keep your promise now? Grandpa, did you never even consider your promise to this granddaughter in the first place? No, Min Ran, I would never break my promise to you. Minute Ran's Go skills are improving by leaps and bounds. At this rate, I'll have no choice but to teach my granddaughter martial arts. I taught her Go in the hope that she would stay away from martial arts, but how did things turn out like this? Gal Min Hyuk, who is known as one of the greatest martial artists in the world, is said to have been a scholar with no interest in martial arts when he was a child. However, he was a man with the talent and physique to spend his life with only Go and books. How great was it that his master begged him for several days and nights, to finally get him to set foot in the martial arts world. And just like him, his family has always been a family of scholars, with no interest in the martial arts. But somehow, Min Ran, the flower of her grandfather's eye, has always had a strong desire to learn martial arts. When she was young, she would come and rub her grandfather's shoulders whenever she saw him, Chole Kuuk my lord. But now she only cares about her grandfather's martial arts. Grandfather, there is a young guest who wishes to challenge you. His appearance is extraordinary, so I wanted to ask your opinion first. A challenger? It's been a long time. Ahem. Right. In this case I should personally greet the challenger. Wait a minute, grandfather, I haven't finished talking yet. Ran, I'll be back soon, let's talk later. There you go again, slipping away. Is it you? The young man who came to challenge the heavenly demon fortress. What is your name? Muzbong. I have no surname, so I am Muzbong of nothingness. I have come to challenge the Lord. What? Are you seriously asking for a challenge with the Lord? You fool. What are you talking about? Do you think you can request a challenge with the Lord of Heavenly Demon Fortress with just that kind of introduction? You bastard. You don't seem to care about your life. I never dared to challenge the Lord of Heavenly Demon Fortress. My sole desire is to find enlightenment within these walls, in any form it may appear. This guy, he deliberately says provocative things, but on the other hand he's also careful to be humble. He's honest but reckless, and yet he has a straightforward spirit. It's been a long time since I felt this kind of energy. Can you play Baduk? Yes, I can play. Fine, I accept the challenge. However, to challenge the Heavenly Demon Fortress, you must first win a game of Baduk against me. Follow me. The reception Baduk match is a hurdle all challengers to Heavenly Demon Fortress must overcome. In the past, when many sought to conquer the fortress, Gal Min Hyuk devised this preliminary test, while it appears like a simple wager on the surface. Nightscans.com. If you look at it closely, Baduk is like a battle of numbers on the battlefield. To understand your opponent's moves and exploit their weaknesses, you need to engage in a battle of wits. If you play your moves well, you can gain territory and solidify your foundation. But Baduk is also a game where you can be overwhelmed in an instant and walk the path to defeat. Without a brain, you can't win a battle of strength. With natural talent and charisma alone, you can't see through the ways of the world. Until now, in the martial world, only one person has ever beaten me at Baduk. Even so, she only managed to win by half a house. Well then, let's begin. Are they still playing? Yes, lady. In the best of 3 games, he has won 1. However, this game seems to be challenging for him. It's been a long time since the winner was determined. Tak, I don't think he is a normal guy. He is a genius. Keeping his intelligence aside, anyone is bound to show mistakes or confusion as time goes on. But this young man is different. Moreover, the moves he has made on the board are. The game of Baduk is a way to reveal the opponent's character and personality. Oh, if you are clever and quick-witted, you will play like flowing water. If you are upright and honest, you will play like a mountain. He is like a wolf, guarding his territory like iron and never letting go of an approaching enemy. How can we deal with this formidable opponent? Playing Baduk with you only makes me more curious. Why do you want to challenge the Heavenly Demon Fortress? And you will be able to develop much better skills than you have now. You may be a potential beast, but you're still a cub. If you pursue your training in a balanced and harmonious way, you will naturally evolve into an unparalleled and powerful entity. Moreover, the level of your internal energy cultivation shows signs of being refined through the righteous path. This suggests that he hails from a distinguished and renowned family. Why, then, would someone of your stature? I have something I want to accomplish. I've got people waiting for you without a particular reason. I've left behind someone dear to me that I couldn't take along. I've parted ways with someone who has a promising future ahead. Because I made a solemn oath with them, I must hasten my steps on the path ahead. I have only reached this point because I hurried to fulfill that intention. When it comes to decisive matters, there is no hesitation. You are destined for greatness. And if you weren't so caught up in your thoughts, you'd achieve even more. The tide has turned. I thought was leading the game, but suddenly I'm the one being outplayed. Did this happen so quickly while I was lost in contemplation? It's my defeat. Indeed, you are a formidable opponent. You wanted to challenge me to a sparring match. Did you genuinely want to compete with me? I never thought about taking on Lord Gal Min Hyuk because I didn't believe I had a shot at winning. However, I thought that if I were to spar with Lord Gal Min Hyuk, who has been regarded as a great master for many years, I would undoubtedly gain great enlightenment on my own. Your humility is impressive. You are an admirable individual. Yes, that's right, Minute Ran. Stop eavesdropping and come out for a moment. This child is my granddaughter, Gal Min Ran. How long have you known? Playing Baduk isn't solely about winning a wager, it's also about relishing the game itself. Of course, that doesn't mean you can disregard the rules that were agreed upon. In that case, how about I spar with Ran, who has received your teachings? Though she recently embarked on her martial arts journey, Ran is already making strides in mastering the discipline. It would be a good opportunity for you to test your achievement so far. Moreover, if you are going to spar, you would have to wait for a few more days, and during that time, we could play another game of Baduk. Hold on a moment. It hasn't been long since grandfather taught me martial arts. And you are telling me to compete against this master? You've been making excuses and neglecting my training for the past 3 days. No, Min Ran, isn't that young man around your age? You should have taught me properly and then asked for it. If I grant this request, will you teach me diligently every day starting next week? Of course, that goes without saying. All right then, I entrust him to your care until our sparring match, young master. Sure. It seems that the grandfather was evidently not fond of the idea of his granddaughter learning martial arts. As time passed, the day of the sparring between the two arrived. The huge crowd packed Motto Castle to its fullest capacity. What was even more astonishing than the crowd was, is that young man actually challenging Lord Gal Min Hyuk without any hint of fear? He looks resolute and stubborn just by his appearance alone. It's a huge crowd. But what's even more surprising is, the strong aura they emanate. Although they're currently moving calmly like gentle waves, once the chaos erupts within the castle walls, it could escalate into a ferocious tidal wave at any moment. But Lord Gal Min Hyuk is firmly blocking and containing it. It makes one realize how remarkable he is as a person. The opponent is the granddaughter of a renowned martial artist. Let's not let our guard down. Humph. That brat. He seems to be quite tense in my presence. Are you amused because you've offered your granddaughter in a match of Baduk? Ah, no. I didn't mean it to that extent. Gal Min Hyuk's wife, Sochi Young. Is it really that big of a deal? Considering the young man will be sticking around for the sparring session, and you know very well that you'll be obsessing over playing another game of Baduk during that time. The same goes for Min Ran. You've always said you wouldn't teach her martial arts due to the dangers, yet now you entrust her to spar with a stranger? Don't say such things. I'm well aware of Min Ran's personality. Just to be safe, I've conducted a thorough search on him and I made sure his martial arts engagement was with the Heavenly Demon Fortress's sword, so don't worry too much. Please take care of me, young master. Since I seem younger and less knowledgeable than you, may I take the initiative? You're being too modest, my lady. Very well, then. Don't hold back. Indeed. Such precision in your swordsmanship. As expected, your defense is formidable. This opponent is not to be taken lightly. That was close. How impressive is her adaptability. She also shows flexibility and swift decision-making in the circumstance. If I let my guard down, I'll be pierced. There must be a reason why grandfather had his eye on him. You have excellent skills, young master. It's the first time I've had such high expectations for an opponent as a martial artist. Will you be able to handle this sword too? Here it comes. Something different from before. That's the snow cloud sword. Myung Gi Hei, demon of the snow mountain. Ha, this brat Ran is really skilled in using the snow cloud sword. As expected of my direct disciple. What do you mean, disciple? You lost the bet and got ripped off. Ran has made remarkable progress in martial arts in no time. Despite Ran's flawless sword skills, that young man remains unfazed by the blade near his face. He observes every fake and shift in Ran's movements. He reacts and improvises with a frightening speed. He does not recoil from the sword, and his gaze searches for any flaw in his opponent. He seemed overwhelmed at first for a reason. He must have fought in many battles before. Huh? What kind of stance is that? Have you seen that thief? That fool dares to mimic my snow cloud sword technique without learning it? There's no way he could have learned it just by observing it a few times. Where the hell did this guy come from? To think that a sword technique learned merely by observation could be so refined. You have surprised me many times. However, you fail to realize that. Your emulation has made your moves obvious to me. 7 Regrettably, my skills go well beyond just this. I wonder if you will be able to block this as well. The 7 Swords of Yuma. Whoa. Who will win? Minute Ran. As expected, from the granddaughter of the righteous demon. Thank you. It was a great duel. I learned a lot. I am the one who learned a lot from you, young lady. I've heard that the world is full of talented individuals, but after seeing you, I understand why. You both are good. It's been a long time since I've witnessed such a remarkable performance, grandfather, but you should also express gratitude to the creators of the Snow Cloud Sword, and the 7 Swords of Yuma, not just to Ran. Don't they deserve your respect as well? Wu Gei Sung Guak Wu, excuse me? Are you saying that he memorized the entire 7 swords of Yuma? He is intelligent, but that's hard to believe. Ran is right. How did that whippersnap or pick up my technique in a single look? This swordsmanship is the culmination of years of my life. This is preposterous. You saw the fight too, Elder Wu. That kid was able to replicate the movements of the Snow Cloud Sword after only seeing it a few times. If that's the case, then let's see if that's true. Did you hear him? If you haven't memorized anything, you won't be able to perform it accurately. Why don't you drop that reserved act of yours and show me what you're really made of? Wouldn't honesty and openness serve you better? As you please. That's ridiculous. It's really the 7 Swords of Yuma. He merely glanced at the technique and memorized it entirely? How is that possible? What kind of monster is he? The way the blade moves with the 7 Swords of Yuma technique is so graceful. I was mesmerized by its motion and followed it with my eyes. But if that counts as theft, I vow never to use this sword technique again. If you master the sword technique of the 8 great protectors of the heavenly demon fortress, it will undoubtedly benefit you. If you learn and practice the 5 mysteries of the Yuma 7 swords, you may be able to approach the path of a master. I understand what you are saying. However, I do not want to take you as my master. You bastard. You keep your pride until the very last, huh? Alright, you rascal. Well said. What was that you said about the unorthodox martial artist? I have lived a life without shame, always looking up to my master as an example. The words like magic or blades, teaching the way and causing bloodshed in the world, will be done by those masters you'll serve later, not me. They are the ones who divide the world into black and white, saying that coexistence is impossible. Do you think you stand a chance against me with a Go board made up solely of one white stone? You're attempting to paint the whole world with a single color. People like you should have been stopped right from the start. My lord. What's gotten into you all of a sudden? He insulted my master and spat on our heavenly demon fortress. Relying just on talent and seeing the world through a narrow lens, it's as if he's mocking us. Grandfather? Lord? Why are you so agitated by the words of a mere youngster? Ah, so noisy. Unryong, Pungryong. Drag this impudent bastard out and throw him into Songham Sand Mountain. Anyone who helps that guy will bring his own demise. Kerr. Now that I have received the secret manual of the 7 Swords of Yuma, I must address you, Wu Seungkwak, as master. Having personally experienced the greatness of your heavenly demon fortress, I will etch into my heart the words that the world cannot be reduced to mere black and white. Just listen and remain silent. Would you consider mastering the art of stealth under my guidance, serving me as your master? If you master the sword technique of the 8 great protectors of the heavenly demon fortress, it will undoubtedly be I've been waiting for someone like you for a very long time. You may have many questions, but for now, just listen quietly to what I'm about to say. When this truth is revealed, more than half of the martial artists in the heavenly demon fortress will rush to kill you. Until everyone fully comprehends it, you must keep everything a secret. I'll help you get out of here safely for the time being. After that, what you do is your choice. I do not want to take you as my master. However, you are a step too late, Master Wusungwak, as one who has received the salvation of the Asura realm through the transmission ahead of the Martial Alliance. My first master is from the Martial Alliance, so be satisfied with being my second master. I wonder why my sword trembles with instability every time I take the finishing stance. Now, with the weight of the mountain on my shoulders, my movements are far superior to those I performed in Gaju. I'm familiar only with the white crane swordsmanship, so I'm doing my best to adapt it as much as possible. This guy again? What are you staring at? Is observing someone that intriguing to you? PFFT. You glare as if you're an expert mountain beast. Are you trying to be a great sage or something? Alright. Come at me then. Huh? Oh. My beef jerky. How can that white fox move so freely with such short steps? I didn't feel much power on the soles of her feet, but she moves effortlessly, with just her toes. Toes? Could it be? Concentrating strength in the fingertips, not the palm, could revolutionize swordsmanship? Unbelievable. The sword moves much more naturally in the desired direction. Ha ha ha. Your teachings are better than the techniques of the Kamzook family. Yes. The answer was at the tips of my fingers. Ha ha ha. Phew. I've become accustomed to breathing now. It's significantly aiding my recovery. I'm accumulating inner energy better than I thought, but the problem is lacking martial arts techniques to use it. No matter how smoothly and accurately I swing, if all of it ends with just one sword stroke, I can't create a great martial technique. Is there a way to continue this way of sword? If so, it would undoubtedly become an excellent sword technique. Should I take inspiration from the movements of other animals like the white fox? A snake swiftly navigating through the ground? It lacks the variety of movements without limbs. A rabbit quickly hopping around? That seems too bustling. Or perhaps a trout darting in various directions underwater? Things are getting more and more confusing. Is it already time for butterflies to appear? This guy. This is where I stay, so get out of here before sparks get your wings. The butterfly movement. 1 year later, I continued to repeat and refine my movements until the tip of the sword moved as lightly as a butterfly's wing. The trajectory was drawn over and over again. This sword technique that I have developed cannot be fully unleashed by a regular sword. Don't focus on the shape of the sword, but focus on the trajectory itself. Use the sword to replicate the movements of a butterfly. First stance, second stance, third stance, and the final fourth stance. Have I exhausted its lifespan now? It couldn't withstand the concentrated power of the final stance. I should descend and find a new sword. I need a flexible sword that can accommodate all these stances. Nonetheless, I'm already satisfied with completing the stances. When the time comes, the butterfly of no, the blood butterfly sword technique will be completed. This guy, it keeps lurking around me for some reason. Did you find a partner in the meantime? So you plan to make this cave your home? Well, whether you make it your home or not, it's up to you. It seems like we will be parting our ways here. It has already been 3 years since I left the Kamzook Soul family. Suyeon must have left the family and disappeared by now. Now, it's time to fulfill the promised revenge and conquer the world. Golden City Escort Agency. As one of the 10 representative escort agencies in Hanam, the Golden City Escort Agency was famous for its dedication to transporting goods of any size and type. Trust and reputation were vital for an escort agency. But one day, an unforgivable incident occurred. Without anyone noticing, an item entrusted to the agency was stolen. Someone, unknown, switched it without anyone noticing. Furthermore, attacks during transportation became more frequent. The head of Golden City Escort Agency set out on his own to regain their lost honor, but he was attacked by unknown forces and suffered severe injuries that led to his demise. As the Golden City Escort Agency fell, one by one, the other representative agencies followed suit. Meanwhile, a new force known as Blue Dragon Bureau began to encroach on their territory, which indicated signs of a major conspiracy. The Golden City Escort Agency, now weakened, barely managed to survive, existing only in name. This place has also fallen into the hands of the enemy. What else is there to lose? I can't leave it as it is. Of current head of Golden City Escort Agency, Song Yo-ju. If I can find an escort to accompany me on this mission, sister, stop making that face. Vice head of Golden City Escort Agency, Song Yo-hoon. If the head of the agency remains gloomy, it will make the others uneasy. Fine. But you're early. Did you find someone? Well. I did find someone. It's just that. They seem skilled but hard to control. It's okay. Who they are doesn't matter. The mere fact that we found someone is already a relief. Let's meet them. If we embark on the escort mission, there will undoubtedly be attacks. If we have an escort who can use martial arts, it will be at least a little safer. It's worth checking. A Yo-hoon said I don't think they're suitable for an escort job? But let's hear their story and make a judgment. So, What kind of goods are you planning to transport? Let me tell you in advance, I know about the situation with the Golden City Escort Agency. If you clearly explain the task, we can proceed without any issues. Sister, an empty carriage escort. It's an escort service for carriages with no goods. As you may know, we have lost our valuable items and our reputation due to frequent attacks. To at least honor our father, who was injured while trying to protect the goods until the end, I, as the head of Golden City Escort Agency, will definitely restore our reputation. And for that, how effective do you think that will be? Do you think that just because you protest like that you can gather the fallen representatives of the 10 escort agencies? This person. Did they understand my intention just by saying empty carriage escort? At the very least, they will realize how despicable Blue Dragon Bureau really is. What's the matter? Are you naive? Or just foolish? Nin and I'll leave first, so wrap up the conversation. Excuse me. I appreciate your offer to help, but there's no need for you to judge our circumstances. Fine, who on earth is this person? Now. Calm down and let's continue talking. Hey! Where are you going in the middle of our conversation? About 8 guys? I know you're hiding, so come on down. Firstly, head of the agency. For safety reasons, gather all the skilled members of Golden City Escort Agency in one place. What are you talking about? Oh my, it's already started. Let's go for now. What's happening here? They finally showed up. Kill them. We were in the middle of discussing the escort mission. If the head of the agency dies before paying the fee, it will be troublesome for me, won't it? Their skills are incredible. Hey, can't we wrap this up properly? Now, what should we do with them? First, let's bury the bodies in the annex to prevent the enemies from finding them. Chu, are all the wounded soldiers okay? Thanks to you. Everyone was prepared for something like this to happen someday. They moved decisively. What a trouble in the middle of the night. Dealing with these guys who can't even withstand a single strike. Humph, what are you boasting about when you couldn't even finish off a single guy properly? What are you talking about? I protected Chu. If you're a bodyguard, doing what you're supposed to do is nothing to brag about. Both of them are skilled experts. I don't understand why these skilled individuals applied for the 3rd grade bodyguard position. But they could become crucial assets for the reconstruction of Gumsung territory. The situation seems to be somewhat under control now. If it's okay with the both of you, I'd like to continue the conversation we were having earlier. No way, are you really the sword demon that everyone talks about? Indeed. Eom Han Pil, the bandit ghost who defeated the northern twin ghosts and Sun Diak Ho. I'm not a bandit ghost, I'm a sword ghost, Master Song. Sword ghost and bandit ghost are terms often used in martial arts or historical contexts in East Asian cultures, particularly in Chinese and Korean literature, folklore, and martial arts fiction. These terms don't refer to literal ghosts nor imply supernatural elements but rather symbolize highly skilled and often mysterious martial artists or swordsmen. Sword ghost typically represents a master swordsman of exceptional skill and often an elusive or mysterious figure. Bandit ghost refers to a martial artist who might be involved in banditry or rogue activities. This character is skilled but may not adhere to conventional martial ethics. But, where did the rest of your party go? The butterfly young man? He said he'd take a look around and come back. He's quite a meticulous friend. I haven't known him for that long, so I don't know if it's his innate personality. He isn't a long-time companion? To put it simply, I met him about 2 months ago. They said there was a shady gambling den in the area, so I thought I might find something interesting, but I ended up losing my own pockets. That sneaky guy. Now, a guy, who looks like he just became an adultus making a fortune in illegal gambling, had a sword too. So he probably knows martial arts. Let me check him out. It's probably about time. Right, here he comes. Hey, you beggar-like bastard. Is hiding and stealing other people's money your job? Are you trying to scare me with that rusty knife? You little punk, have you ever heard the name Eom Han Pil? I do have business with you, but we'll have to settle this first. Come with me, I'll show you how wide the world is. Indeed, this guy must have come here because of that rumor too. He might be useful if I play it right. This place looks good. No one's watching. Yeah, I'm the only one who will look at the shameful sight of you being thrown to the ground. Alright, let's see how long you can keep messing around. What's your name? I don't really have a decent name to give you. But before we fight, I'm curious about something. How skilled are you compared to the top martial artists in the martial world? You seem quite skilled, but I don't know much about you. Well, you'll find out when we cross swords. Facing my sword head on? Seems like you've got some skills after all. I see. Just by watching your swordplay earlier, I can tell that you're strong. And thanks to you, I also realize how much stronger I've become. Hey, that move just now. You deliberately swung it wide, making it easy for me to dodge, right? You strategically created moments for me to speak while assessing your moves. You act as if you're getting provoked, but approach the fight with caution. It's more crucial to understand my opponent's intentions than reacting to provocations. Alright, you pass. Let's make a bet. If you win, I'll give you all the money I won at the gambling den and share all the information I know. And I'll even assist you until all your affairs are settled. On the contrary, if I win, you'll assist me without complaining for just 6 months. How about it? So, let's have a proper match this time. What's with this guy? Did he state the conditions backward? Is there something that he's betting on? Or, I don't have any objections, but what exactly are you trying to do? If it's something shady or dirty, I'll decline. I'm looking for someone. But it seems like it'll take too long if I do it alone. Don't make any excuses after losing. Who? Alright then, let's go. Hey! If you're a peerless swordsman at that age, then you must be one of the 2 people I'm looking for. That's some incredible internal energy. Blood butterfly sword technique, second form. What is this sword technique? Unbelievable, even with my powerful arm strength, I still bounced off. I won. As promised, you have to accompany me. Damn, I've encountered an absurd person. Your sword technique is impressive, but what exactly is your inner power? It's not something you can achieve at your age. At least tell me which sect you belong to, and who your master is. If you are a threat to the martial arts world, then I would have to put an end to you right here. What? Was he from a righteous faction? I thought the righteous faction only had rigid people. I don't like unnecessary misunderstandings. Looks like I need to explain a bit if I want to continue wandering around. The Great In-Breathing Technique. It's the name of the medical book that serves as the foundation of my inner power. I'm not a member of any sect nor have a master. I read the book and built up my inner power based on that. The Great In-Breathing Technique? It's the first time I've heard of such a secret technique. Of course. It's an unnamed book, so I made up a name for it. So, where is the next destination that you originally planned? Now, isn't that up to you to decide? Is it possible that someone from the righteous faction is lurking around a shady illegal gambling den? There seems to be something suspicious happening in the martial world, and you are in search of it. Join me. Nightscans.net. If I'm going to do my job, it seems that I need to find clues about where you're heading first. Then let's go to Hanam. Well, that's how it turned out. To defeat the sword demon, I wonder who that person really is. Even though I haven't heard his name yet, the crimson butterfly he created was truly magnificent, so I call him the butterfly young man. I've fought many battles so far, but I've never seen such a beautiful sword technique. Why are you talking about me? Ah, you're here. They say even tigers come when called. Since it's a rare gathering, let's have an interesting conversation. That way, you can tell your story. For your age, you're remarkably calm and skilled. If someone like you is in our agency, earlier, I didn't have the chance to properly greet you because of the circumstances. Well, I just did what a guard should do. Thank you so much for helping us. A guard. It might be difficult for us to call you both guards. Sister, I'm not sure why you've come here, but our purpose is to wander throughout Hanam. I am speaking out for the reconstruction of the Golden City Escort Agency. I will do whatever it takes to restore the honor of our agency. So please, I ask for your help. I will give this house to the both of you. If I embark on the escort mission, please protect my family and loved ones. Even if I am attacked and killed during the Mise Sion, as long as my younger brother, the Lord of the Agency, is safe. Now I understand why the Golden City Escort Agency has survived until now. But it's reckless to act like this. Sister. I refuse. Even if you deduct the mortgage debt that binds this house, selling it would still leave several thousand yang in silver. Why? You don't understand, do you? The house is the second problem. A transaction that involves human life is always a losing business. It's not a deal that suits me. So, before the deal, help me make Golden City Escort Agency a place that can provide proper compensation. It means that your prosperity will be more helpful to me. Take this. Is this a promissory note? It's a promissory note from the Infinite Bank. The escorting may end in a few months, but the reconstruction of Golden City Escort Agency could take years. And to establish your name again, you need a solid foundation. If you accept this promissory note, you can use it to pay off the loan taken out on this house, including tomorrow's interest. Repay the money in the morning and come to collect the house deed. I don't need it, so you can either keep the house documents with the governor or give them to your father. Why are you going to such lengths to help us? What I want to do will take time. If Golden City Escort Agency regains its reputation and helps me in return, it will be a great strength of mine. Think of it as an investment. However, staying here or leaving will be up to me. No one can stop me. Until that time comes, I will stay here as a guard. We agree to that. Thank you. You are helping to this extent, and you didn't even buy me a single drink with all that money? I told you, this is an investment. Buying you a drink won't make a difference. Besides, the drinks are right in front of us. Go ahead. Would you like a drink, leader and vice leader? Are you trying to change the subject subtly? Looking at them reminds me of Master Sol Su Balm. And Lady Suyeon. I wonder what Master Sol Su Balm is doing now. Where could Lady Suyeon be? The incidents happening in Golden City Escort Agency are similar to what happened during the New Year's festival. All these conspiracies must be connected to one destination. I won't let them do as they please anymore. Yes, it means we failed. Alright, that means I failed. Azure Dragon Bureau's leader Kwok Chio. The disaster victims not only relocated to Golden City Escort Agency, but also all nearby attention is now focused there. Azure Dragon Bureau, Vice Leader, Kwok Gi Ryong. I couldn't believe that Golden City Escort Agency had turned into an iron fortress using disaster victims. I personally went there to see it with my own eyes. You fool. I told you to monitor the situation, not to resort to the use of force, didn't I? No. However, the two martial artists who appeared that day were exceptionally skilled beyond my expectations. Mola, there's a master in a fallen city who easily dealt with 10 people? There must be a clear purpose behind their approach, too. Have you identified their identities? I tried to identify them through the scars, but it seems that they buried all the corpses. Initially, it's an event unrelated to us on the surface. We should move slowly and carefully. After this matter is concluded, we should be able to surpass the Kamzaok family and the Kamzaok Soul family, and finally seize the position of the head of the family. So, it must be perfectly executed without fail. Yes, I will keep it in mind. What's regrettable about those skilled individuals becoming mere martial artists of a minor agency? Especially when that agency is on the verge of collapse. I must personally confront them once more. It's fascinating to see it again. All the disaster victims who were worried about the upcoming immense winter, now all look relieved. It seems like this place is the main residence. Then, please do as I told you. I understand. It's those two guys. Those guys killed all 10 of my subordinates. The urge to fight them is boiling up in my chest. Okay, I'll check in a moment. I will personally test how formidable you guys are as martial artists. What happened? Why did you stop all of a sudden? Sush, quiet. Someone's following us. Since when did you know? There was a person I saw for the first time at the mansion today. I never forget a face once I've seen it. Stay here with the agency leader. I will lure him out. Why did the young master's footsteps start rushing suddenly? Do not look back, just follow me for now. Is someone following us? This way, leader, but can you handle it alone? You don't have a sword. He's overly curious. He wants to fight one-on-one. Surely he'll come to my side, knowing I'm alone. I also have something to investigate about that guy. This is more convenient. If you don't listen and follow me, you'll be in trouble. A kid 6 years younger than me is commanding each word. Let's go, agency leader. What's going on? Why is he suddenly wandering around? Wasn't he supposed to accompany the agency leader? It seems like an opportunity has presented itself. Let's check it now. What kind of skills does he have? He disappeared? Where did he disappear to, so quickly? Did you come from the Azure Dragon Bureau? You have quite sensitive instincts. Do you enjoy complex things? It feels like the world is getting complicated because of people like you. So, do you want to fight me? I'll oblige, perhaps because you're a person of high status. Your beggar disguise looks awkward on you, but it would look quite good to see you rolling on the ground. Humph. Are you planning to fight me barehanded? It seems like you're skilled with a sword, but even a wooden stick would suffice. If needed, just take it yourself. Don't worry, just come. You'll find out whether it's worth wielding a sword against me, once we engage in combat. This guy, do not blame me later for your own actions. His posture is sloppy. It looks like he hasn't learned any martial arts other than swordsmanship. What's this? To generate such pressure from a fist. What in the world is up with this guy? Indeed, to evade this. You're quite remarkable. Though unrefined now, he has the potential to become a formidable beast someday. Artificial method? It must be cut off at the root. Face my ghost shadow claw, which has achieved perfection up to the 8th stage. I'll deal with you with my ghost shadow claw, in which I have achieved mastery up to the 8th level. First, I'll cripple one of your arms. Who? This time, instead of releasing all of my energy, I'll divide it and attack quickly. Ouch. Ket. He's blocking my attacks using counters. Moreover, these attacks are much more fierce than the previous ones. Given that he's not yet familiar with my techniques, he's an extraordinary opponent, but how long can he endure? Attacked with all might but couldn't even land a critical hit. Attacked like that and couldn't land a critical hit. Do we have to intervene? It's okay, let's wait for now. He's not just mindlessly facing the opponent alone. If it gets really dangerous, then we'll help. But for now, interfering would only be a hindrance to him. Look. He's already adapting and avoiding everything. I knew he had exceptional talent, but as time goes on, he's becoming more unpredictable. He may not be a bad guy, but I've seen cases where such great talent brought many disasters in the martial world. Well, the martial world is basically like that, and it would be better to finish the fight quickly. What's this? He was talking so seriously, and now. This guy is quite hard to figure out too. Ha! What just happened? He's avoiding more skillfully with each passing move. Every attack is getting dodged. I see it. That martial arts technique just now, what was that? Butterfly Master's attack seemed. That brat, seems like he's copying the opponent's techniques. The reason he was stalling during the fight, was to familiarize himself with the opponent's techniques by observing them. See. Now I somewhat understand the patterns. This guy. How did he master the Ghost Shadow Claw? So far, what I've been using seems to be your Ghost Shadow Claw. Now I should face him seriously. At this point, I should use this. After trying, I realize that I'm not cut out for fist fighting. Fine. Don't regret it. Butterfly? That red butterfly. Groan. You. Which faction are you from? Faction. It seems like the organization you belong to is composed of several factions. Wherever you are, I will tell you one thing for sure. Unlike you, I have no affiliation with any group. I don't know what kind of organization you belong to, but because of people like you, the woman I'm looking for can't come out into the world and is hiding. In other words, if I want to find her, I either have to destroy your organization or fight against any other group that I think is. In the future, if you want to kill me, send stronger people. I don't have time to play with small fries like you. People like you who think the world revolves around them find it hard to admit that there are also people above them. A battle is something between people who have accepted that fact. Wouldn't it be better to just kill him? No. Then the remnants will hide their tracks. This bastard, he's going to search the whole world to find that woman. If an expert of this level is behind this, the remnants will be coming out in droves. I'm also known as one of the top 100 masters in high sensitivity technique. Nightscans.com. You're not as skillful as me when it comes to detection, you brat. High sensitivity? I knew it. What is it? Do you know that technique? Yes, I know it. She used it before, right? Yes, high sensitivity technique. Ha ha ha. Okay, you could say it's a technique I am familiar with. Oh my, has the saint come? Here is the medicine you asked for last time. Thanks to you, I think my father's condition has improved a lot too. Thank you. It's nothing really compared to what you did to the village. Your plan worked. There is a lot of praise for Gal Min Hyuk here and there. Anyway, I thought you would win, but were you surprised that the opponent was stronger than you thought? Winning isn't everything, right? Next time, use the Phalaenopsis sword technique first. Phalaenopsis technique? It's not a Phalaenopsis technique, it's a blood spiral technique. Anyway, next time, fight properly with your sword. Properly. In order to fully demonstrate the true power of the blood spiral technique, my current sword won't work. Even fighting with my bare hands was more than enough for that guy. I do not know how much stronger guys will come out in the future. What? Where are you going? To the weapons store. I need to get a sword. Huh? Is that a store too? Know what weapon would be better? It's not bad, but it's lacking something. Are you looking to buy a weapon? Well, all I used so far was a wooden sword. It looks like they put a lot of effort into carving it. What does that mean? Most of the weapons here were made by me, but you only picked up the weapons that I didn't make. Okay. I'm sorry, old man, but compared to other weapons, those weapons looked particularly superior. It's hard to explain, but they were made by my son. Only those who can hear Byonggi's breathing can detect the difference. Okay. Where's your son? He was so crazy about a woman that he threw down the hammer and ran away in the night. It would be nice if he was living well, but considering his personality, your son's skills are outstanding, so I'm sure he will be fine wherever he is. Right now, he might be locked in some crypt, with his legs chained and forced to use a hammer once again, if he's still alive, that is. So what did you come here to find? My sword technique requires a sword that can handle flexible fluttering movements. Is there such a sword? Here. What a weird flexible sword. A lot of people ended up being stabbed by this sword after swinging it carelessly in the air. This sword, how much do you want for it? Just take it. It's been a while since I've shared my feelings and I feel relieved. Thank you, old man. I have a feeling that someday I'm going to meet the person who made this sword. When that time comes, I will definitely repay you. That's pretty impressive. It's great to wield such a sword freely with no fear. What a beautiful sword technique. I don't even know how to phrase it. He has the strength to break my 10-star attack. He's a guy whose true feelings are completely unknown. Sister. You're here. Ah, Yo-hoon. Where have you been to? I was out for a walk. Maybe it's because so many people are coming in these days. I feel like the city has returned back to normal. If this kind of peace continues forever, I have nothing more to wish for. Right. As long as there are thugs and demons, it will be safe here. However, the risks of the country being targeted again will certainly continue. Yo-hoon. Let's prepare for the journey. Sigh tilde. The alcohol today is exceptional. Isn't Eom Day High Yip someone who simply enjoys alcohol? Indeed, you're a great master. Your insight is exceptional. By the way, I saw you practicing earlier, and it seemed like you've mastered the sword technique. I've never seen someone so lively, laughing and dancing with a sword. After ignoring my advice and fighting bare-handed with a martial arts master, you must have realized the urgency of the sword. Are you finally ready to listen to what I have to say? I never expected to receive advice on martial arts from a bear. Ahem. Now it seems like it's time to prepare for the escort journey. But before that, as a friend and the agency head who has received great help from both of you, I would like to hear more about your stories as the masters. I'd appreciate it if you could tell me more without feeling burdened. Let's start with you, Butterfly Master. Can you tell me why you're looking for someone? I was picked up by a servant of a certain family and raised as a servant. It wasn't a remarkable life, but it wasn't too bad either. However, due to certain circumstances, I had no choice but to leave that place, without properly repaying the person who showed me kindness. So, even though it's late, I'm still searching for that person. Is that person a woman? Well, she is a wise person, so she must be living well even without my help. Living well without your help? Then, is there a specific reason why you must find her and repay her? It's the first time I'm seeing the world through her eyes. No matter the hardships she faced, she looked to the world with a lovely heart. Oh, that's quite a touching story. One more question for you. What is the reason behind your swordsmanship training? There is someone whom I want to challenge and defeat if we meet again. The fact that this person is watching me bothers me, and I can't choose my own path. So, I'd rather compete, win, and prove myself. Ha ha ha. So, that's why you're so obsessed with your sword. Anyway, that's my story. Since my path intersects with the reconstruction of the Golden City Escort Agency, I ended up having a drink like this. Now that I've talked this much, instead of funny nicknames like Butterfly Master, just call me Joan Yop. Oh, finally, you've mentioned your name. Shouldn't you drop my title as well? Sword Demon EOM? Instead of calling me a bear or something like that. Then what should I call you? EOM De Hyip? If you just call me Hyung, will your lips rot, Joan Yop? If you want to hear the word Hyung from an orphan, you should find his parents first. Let's hear more about Mr. Bear's story now. Well, I can't defeat you with words. My story? Didn't the Young Master song tell you everything about my actions so far? I will go to the bathroom first. Has it been a while since I drank too much? In my opinion, that person seems to have some affection for you, Joan Yop. That person also seems to be searching for someone, based on what I heard. When did EOM De Hyip have such a conversation? Nightscans.com. These guys. They never contact me when I'm waiting, they only contact me when I'm drinking. Oh my, senior. The gods must be generous. So noisy. So, did you find out anything? I haven't found everyone yet. I confirmed that one person is heading towards Mudong Mountain, but the other person's whereabouts is still unknown. It seems like they haven't descended yet. Damn it, it's been 3 years since I started searching, but still. Hoga. Pass this letter to the direction of Mudong Mountain. If my guess is correct, that person will follow you as soon as they see the letter. The other person will definitely come out from Manhua province. So keep an eye on that place at all times. That young person who's been with us recently, isn't that the person we were looking for? That guy seemed quite skilled too, right? That person is not the one. The person I am looking for is a Shaolin martial arts expert. His palm strength is not something to be underestimated, but his real expertise lies in the sword. It's a shame, but that person is not someone who would be entangled with the like of you or me. In this chaotic martial world, he might become an enemy someday. Anyway, don't forget and remember this well. Our enemy is someone we can only face when all of us, 2 or 3, are gathered. Interesting news. Kwak Gi Ryong, who is known for acknowledging the situation only after a direct confrontation, Nightscans.com has dropped out of the mission. That's correct. He returned late last night. After the reported duel, he suffered significant physical and mental injuries, so he entered a closed training for recovery. From Shochin Alliance, the expert martial artist Jin Giyun. All his fingertips bursted, and 4 of his fingernails were broken, encountering such a skilled master in Hanam. Should I believe this or not? Is there a place in the current martial arts world where skilled experts are employed to drive away powerful opponents? No. Kwak Gi Ryong must be investigating his opponent, to prevent anyone from touching him until he brings him down. Thinking of leaving the threat from the alliance unattended. He must be quite conceited. Let's see, if we want to track down someone like that. Right, send out 3 devils of the North Forest. All 3 of them? 1 time of negligence is enough. The price of the second failure will be even more bitter. By negligence, do you mean the wedding with the Kamzook Soul family? Hey, you can't be defeated, huh? That's right. Thanks to her, I've become the laughingstock of the entire alliance. Did you really think of having a wedding with such a lowly woman? Lowly? Yes, but she was the one who introduced me to the word negligence for the first time. Her name was Suyan. Yes, it was Sol Suyan. I will definitely find that woman and make her pay the price. Well, if you truly think that way, should there be any doubt about the order to send out all the 3 devils? Negligence is what made Kwak Gi Ryong like that. Jin Giyun, I believe you're not the one who would disrupt my plans. And I will keep that in mind, my lord. Yes. That's how it should be for you, Kwak Gi Ryong, and that nameless skilled master. I drank too much. Pull yourself together. You just took what the head of agency gave you and said it was good. Like that nail monster last time, who knows what might pop out. That jerk is here again. Why? Okay. I guess we should wipe out the Blue Dragon Bureau guys. Even having a drink requires being cautious. You go in first. Oh, my stomach. You little, where did the others go? Why are you alone panting all the way here? Meeting like this in broad daylight, Joan Yop will definitely notice everything. It's urgent. One of the people that Senior was looking for is coming this way. He is being chased by assassins from Black Killers. What? Among all those assassins, why them? Oh man. After waiting all these years, that guy is possibly bringing trouble. He must be relentlessly pursued. I have to go rescue him right away. Annoying guys. Being chased just because of one stupid mistake. What's going on? As soon as I descended 10 days ago. Hey. So delicious. There are so many delicious things besides wild boar jerky. Wow. This is such a magnificent sword. Hiccup, how strange, yuck. It's like inviting a dung beetle to sit down for a meal, but where did you get something so valuable? Hiccup, who's this annoying fly? Ruining the taste of my meal. Give it to me. This isn't something a scoundrel like you should be touching. If you want to pretend to know about martial arts, take off that gold ring first. This woman wants to die. Phew. Why did you pretend to be so poised? Turns out you're not even worth looking at. Do rich folks usually hire assassins like this? I spent my childhood in the mountains. I just want to see the world a little more comfortably. Ugh. Instead of suffering like this, it's better to just kill them all somehow. Phew. Oh, there's someone here. These guys, to kill me, they'll even use innocent bystanders. Grandpa. Get away from me. Those assassins over there. This guy is an assassin too. He's quick with his sword. Is he a martial artist? That's quite intriguing. Who are you? He's an expert martial artist. To kill the leader in a single blow. If it goes like this, we'll be at a disadvantage. We should retreat quickly. What? Huh? Hey, you, why are you here? Your actions seem suspicious, so I followed you. Don't be ridiculous. I'm not dumb enough to be tailed. Then is it believable for me to arrive first and wait for you? Who are you guys exactly? Take your time talking, I won't interfere. I'll keep an eye on the surroundings. What the? Seriously? Ooch, don't worry about that guy, he's always like that. Let me ask you straight, do you have this too? So do you? That's for sure. Then what about that guy with the sword? No, he doesn't. How do I even begin to explain this? That old man's Sheng Biao from earlier, and even these invisible needles. Where did these weapons come from? Tell me quickly. Where is the person who created these invisible needles? What are you talking about? Zhongri Ye Zhong. You saw my engraved sword, right? He is the one who made that sword. I made a promise with his father that I would find his missing son. I can feel his touch in this weapon. I'll let you go if you tell me where Zhongri Jade Zhong is first. He. That clueless fool will spend his whole life pounding a hammer in the dungeon until he dies, so you're the woman who kidnapped him. My brother and my grandfather both died by your hands today. The black killers will chase you to the ends of hell. They were all your family, huh? To kidnap someone else's son and dare talk about family before you die. Did you take care of the escaped black killers? What? Why do you care so much? It has nothing to do with you. It's a personal matter, but more importantly, who is this person? She's my sister. I heard she was in danger while looking for me, so I came. My name is Seo Kyo Young. Thank you for helping. His sister? Are you also from the Gay Bang? Gay Bang, it is a group of beggars whose origins are unclear. Why do you keep using informal language? I ask that because your brother seems like he's from Gay Bang. You can't hide anything from that bastard. Ahem. Agency leader. Greetings, this is my sister, Seo Kyo Young. She has only learned martial arts in the mountains and doesn't know much about the world, but please take care of her. Nice to meet you. Ah. Nice to meet you. You look tired. I have some matters to attend to and it seems I'll have to go out with her in the future, so I'm sorry, but please let her stay here for a while. Then come this way for now. Wow, this is a really nice house. The famous Golden City Escort Agency's mansion is truly different. I'm Song Yo-hoon. If you are a sister of Eom Dae Hyep, you are also important to us. If there is anything uncomfortable, please tell us at any time. Thank you, Master. Oh, since I'm more like an older sister, can I call you little brother Yo-hoon from now on? Isn't it more comfortable to speak informally when you're older? Yes? Ah. Yes, leader. If it's alright, can my sister accompany us on the escort journey? A skilled martial artist like her would be quite helpful to have as a bodyguard. Since you're vouching for her identity, I don't think there should be any problems. Thank you. Well, I had a conversation with her while coming here during the day. There's a bit of a problem before the journey. What? What's the problem? Actually, my sister is being sued by an assassin organization. Moreover, she recently defeated one of the top experts from Azure Dragon Bureau. The risk of them retaliating is higher than anticipated, so I'm worried about your safety, leader. Azure Dragon Bureau equals Blue Dragon Bureau. Since the purpose is the journey itself, I don't want the leader to unnecessarily risk her safety during it. Right now, Golden City Escort Agency is shorthanded due to taking care of the refugees. If you stay in this conspicuous mansion, even the Azure Dragon Bureau won't dare to attack recklessly. Leave the journey to us, and the leader should. That's not possible. Just like Mr. EOM and Master John Yop helped me first, their matters are also my matters. And without the agency leader, the significance of the escorting journey would diminish. What's the point of the name Golden City Escort Agency if the owner steps aside and lets others protect it? I want to deeply engrave in my heart the value of the name I want to protect through this journey. My father, who was the former leader, I would have set out with the same determination. And now, the leader of the Golden City Escort Agency is me. So I should lead the way and set an example. The duty of an escorting mission is my duty. If it's such a risk, I'm willing to die for it. But I believe that you won't leave me in that kind of situation. What should we do? The leader has made a strong decision. As escorts, we should follow the leader's words. Empty carriage procession, literally an empty carriage with a Golden City Escort Agency flag. The purpose of the journey itself is the agency leader and the escorts, who are the ones driving it. As John Yop leaves the central area, those who intend to harm the Golden City Escort Agency will hastily reveal their actions. The vice leader, Song Yo-hoon, also wanted to join the journey, but he decided to stay at the mansion to take care of his father and the refugees. Don't worry, little brother. I will safely escort Lady Song Yo-ju. 5th day of the empty carriage procession. It's already the 5th day, and nothing has happened. You're John Yop, right? My brother said that you do nothing but swing your sword outside of eating and sleeping? Why are you suddenly talking like that? Miss Seo, Miss Seo? You little. Calling your Nuna miss while looking at her eyes. Nuna? Yeah, you look 1 or 2 years younger than me, so it's right to call me Nuna, isn't it? I've never had a Nuna like you before, so don't bother me. This bastard, what did you say? You won't call me Nana? Oh my, stop it. Why are you acting like this? Tell him off too. Isn't it the duty of someone with a position to establish the hierarchy? If we leave him alone, it'll be a problem even after Yo-ju Nuna and EOM Oppa get married. Wait. Did you say I'm getting married to Mr. EOM? What? Weren't you dating already? Every time I saw a woman while passing by on the way to Yo-ju Nuna's house during the day, he muttered things like, that accessory looks like Lady Song's. Or shouldn't I buy a gift for Lady Song? What? Ah. I see. She wants to convey her feelings to him, so she's making it so obvious. What is this girl saying? Why is this troublemaker babbling nonsense again? The carriage stopped. What's going on? It seems like they've appeared. Scoundrels on the road. Senior brother. What's going on? To compare us to mere assassins, how disappointing. Look at these kids. It seems like we've been out of the world for too long. Humph, I have no intention of mingling with brats. If you hand over your agency leader, I'll spare your lives. Brats, you say? Senior brother, this martial art. They're not ordinary thugs, come on. He. You're quite skilled than I thought. Demon Lord of the Withered Trees. It's an old story that's been around for at least 10 or 20 years, but it's a very famous nickname. I didn't expect to encounter the senior in a place like this. To think that young one like you knows my nickname. We should intervene as well. Not yet. If the other toe thugs decide to act, we'll respond in unison. For now, let's trust EOM Dae Hyep to handle this and concentrate on both protecting the carriage and the leader. It's clear they're from the same group that pulled the stunt aiming for Song Yo-ju. If they're able to deploy these thugs against the Azure Dragon Bureau, then, it's certain. They must be the ones I've been looking for, the masterminds behind it all. This is quite enjoyable. It's pathetic that someone of your caliber is associating with a broken woman from a poor organization. I will personally make that girl suffer even more before killing her. This old man. I respected you, but you've crossed the line. Now let me make you into a pile of firewood. Die. Don't let your anger consume you. Pull yourself together. Dang Sonlag, you foolish old man. I recognized you the moment you started making a scene. It seems like it's him after all. The friend who broke Kwak Gi Ryong's fingernail. Benevolent smile, crimson blaze demon's palm. Protect the carriage. These thugs will seize any chance to assassinate the leader. If anyone dares to come near the carriage, make sure to deal with them together. Kid, be careful. That impressive guy Joan Yop can handle both old men by himself. If I join, it might just escalate their anxiety. Senior brother, you're the most capable among us to safeguard Yoju Nuna. You want to help him? Since that guy aided me, it's only right I return the favor. Ensure the agency leader's safety. So that's her cloud ladder art. Let's fight together. We need to finish this quickly and head to the expedition. Time to team up. I have to finish this quickly and go on my way. Girl, don't get in my way, move it. Get lost. Ho, get back. You are supposed to be guarding the carriage. You saved me earlier. I don't like owing favors to anyone. So this is what being young is all about. They're the first ones to visit us in decades, shouldn't we greet them warmly? Cheeky kids. I'll clear you all out. Hee hee, the old man sure has a short fuse. He will feast on kids like you. In moments like these, one should eat leisurely and relish every bite. Judging by your hands, it looks like the guy with the broken fingernail conveyed my greetings well. Then I should show sincerity too. Where are you looking? Is that kid using Gal Min Hyok's movement technique? You recognized it, huh? He taught me how to use it on monsters like you. Ha ha. This is interesting. I'll turn you into ashes. Die. Oh. Looks like you're an expert in avoiding attacks. I'll just admit it, you're talented. Uck. These guys keep crawling towards the carriage. I have to tie his feet so he can't move. Qua, his red eyes, am I getting pushed by his technique? Fine. I will fight you with all my might. Take this. Red flame. Hey. Gather your strength. Cut it in a single blow. Cloud ladder art. Damn you shaman. You raised a weird one. What was that? Who are you calling weird? Sister. Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. I hope everyone is okay. Kyo Young and Eom Dae Hyip? Oh my gosh. Oh no. The lady, you came out. That bastard. Agency leader. Kuhu. Can't believe I'm being pushed around by these kids, and the world has indeed turned into quite the spectacle. But still, you can't finish me off with just this much. Hee hee hee. Hey, you, I'm your opponent here. TSK. I can't believe that he can still move after taking a hit from the blood spiral dance. Kid, I'll show you my crescent chilling needle. It won't end like this. I've got no choice but to strike directly at the heart of this old demon, utilizing the rotational force inversely. Where do you think you're going? What are these red butterflies? You third technique. Hee hee, impressive, impressive. To think I'd be joining those old geezers Gamuk and Jekbal so soon. But, this old man needs a companion on his journey to the afterlife. Q. Uck. Damn it. TSK, damn you, old man. Yo young. It's okay, sister. It's all over now. This isn't enough, I need to become stronger too. Ouch, just hold still for a moment. It's also my first time using my skills like this. Which sect are you even from? Young lady, we're fine, so stop blaming yourself. We've already prepared ourselves for this path. Those three old demons, they are known as the three demons of the North Forest. It won't be easy to send skilled individuals like them again. So let's take a break. This is the sound of a carriage. There seem to be two of them. Isn't that the Bureau's emblem? Could they be from the Azure Dragon Bureau that senior brother mentioned? No, it's different. Judging by their demeanor, they don't seem to be enemies related to the old demons. Perhaps they're from a different bureau and have come in response to the news about the Golden City Escort Agency. Stop. We are envoys of the Golden City Escort Agency. We must verify your identity for our agency leader's safety. As expected, it's the Golden City Escort Agency. We came here from Luoyang upon hearing the news about your leader. Nightscans.com. If it's okay, may we meet the agency leader? I'm Song Yuju. It really is Yuju. Captain, it's Uncle Sokbu. And Jurong, Song Yoju. It really is Yoju. Captain, it's Uncle. And Ju Ryong. By any chance, are they also from Hanam? Uni, it feels like it's already been 5 years since I last saw you. Samguan Jingle, the sworn brother of Song Il-san, the chief of Golden City Escort Agency. Uni, I really missed you. Jin Ju Ryong, the eldest daughter of the Dead Sea Bureau. Do you know how much I've been wanting to see Uncle? But somehow, both Ju Ryong and we were looking for your carriage even in the Dead Sea Bureau. Dead Sea Bureau, along with the Golden City Escort Agency and the Azure Dragon Bureau, is one of the 3 remaining Pyogs in Hanam. Upon hearing news of Golden City Escort Agency encountering a difficult situation, Song Yo-ju sent Jin Ju Ryong, whom she knows well, along with a few select envoys to greet them. I'm not sure what you've decided for your career path, but father insists on bringing you back home. Will you come with us? Well, then. It's been a long time since I saw Uncle, so I should go. Now, let's hear what has been happening all this time. It seems like various things happened in Golden City Escort Agency while I was away. You've really been through a lot. Due to some circumstances, I also had to resign from my position as the head of Golden City Escort Agency. I had always felt regretful. If I had stayed, I could have shared the burden with Il-san Hyung and helped you both through the difficulties. Though it's late, let me help you. For now, I'll go to Golden City Escort Agency and see Hyung. Uncle, if you're there with father, then I can continue my journey with peace of mind. No. What I meant was that I'd reassure Hyung and come back, so you should go to the Dead Sea Bureau for now. From now on, I'll be with you. No, Uncle. Please don't worry about me. It must be hard for him to look after the refugees while taking care of father, who is unwell. It must be hectic for him looking after the refugees while taking care of my father, who is unwell. I have excellent master escorts from Golden City Escort Agency by my side, so I'll be fine. The skills of the escorts from Golden City Escort Agency are unmatched by anyone. Uncle, please don't worry about me and send my regards to father in Hanam. Does that mean that guy over there who looks even younger than Yo-hoon is also considered an escort? Voila, the other 2 also seem skilled, but they have the smell of a brute. They don't seem like the type to be escorts. That's fascinating. But if she trusts them this much, then... Alright, then I'll trust your judgment. But never act recklessly while I'm away. Do not worry. I will return to Luoyang safely with Uni. Father and my older brother will both welcome you warmly. Why are you following me? Huh? You finally spoke to me. Answer me. Jin Yutak, the eldest son of Dead Sea Bureau. Are you also in cahoots with those who are slandering our Dead Sea Bureau? Well, don't be too hasty. After all, I'll have to take you to my superior tonight anyway. Your superior, you say? Alright, let's cut the talk here. I respect the descendants of well-established families, so please you come first. The higher-ups have ordered us to handle this matter quietly. The determination of the Dead Sea Bureau's leader, as well as his stubbornness, is not to be underestimated. Black Tortoise Pavilion Blue Flag Unit Leader, Ju Jae-sung. I want to use more proactive methods rather than these underhanded tactics. My lord, I have received a report that Chu Dalhua has succeeded in kidnapping the eldest son of the Dead Sea Bureau. He succeeded by taking advantage of an opportunity when he was leaving early this morning. Black Tortoise Pavilion Blue Flag Unit, Mok Dae Min. As expected, Chu Dalhua. I heard he's a master from the Kamzaok family, and indeed, he is excellent. It's regrettable that someone directly dispatched from the headquarters cannot stay with Blue Flag Unit for long. My lord, this time, We will negotiate with the Dead Sea Bureau by holding a hostage. With his son's life on the line, he would surely stop resisting us. We can't resort to threats. Since we've come this far, the conclusion must be clean. I know the tactics you enjoy using, but don't provoke them too much and handle it. I will keep that in mind. Dead Sea Bureau, we've arrived. Father will be there to meet you. First, let me greet them and introduce you all. Please wait a moment. It's been so long since we met at my house like this. Yes. We understand. What's going on? Oh. Ju Ryong. You came with Yo Ju. Well done, Father. What's the matter? Jin Songgon, Lord of the Dead Sea Bureau. Your older brother has gone missing. What? What do you mean? He left early in the morning, saying he would prepare for your return, but we haven't heard from him since. With the chaos already happening in the country, why do these unfortunate events keep occurring? Indeed, it seems that similar incidents have been occurring in the Dead Sea Bureau as well. What do you mean by that? Uncle, we have also experienced similar incidents. Our goods have been stolen during transport, or we have been attacked by bandits. There have even been assailants who attacked our mansion. We've heard that the same thing is happening in Luoyang as well. It is clear that these are the actions of the same people who attacked us. This is a big problem. It seems that the situation here is not much different from that of the Golden City Escort Agency. Is it normal to be this poor when you work for the Bureau, senior brother? There's a lot I need to tell you. What brings you here? Please arrange a meeting with the Lord. I've come regarding matters related to his son. Sure, you mentioned that you came to visit me regarding my son. He's been missing since yesterday morning. Does that have something to do with you? Your lordship has made the heir I serve, your son, wander through hardships by striking him. As someone beneath, how should I appease the anger of the one I serve? Currently, his lordship is in a situation where a dreadful event wouldn't be surprising. I, too, am deeply concerned that he might commit suicide, so I came here to find a solution. Hey! It's infuriating. He's trying to falsely accuse me and ruin my child's honor, using that rumor to destroy me. If I defend my son, he'll use it as an excuse to exert force. Even if I diminish the requests and the retainers leave, I have nothing to fear as long as I have my children. But now, there's nothing I can do against those who threaten my son's honor. If I willingly hand over the state to your hands, my son's life and honor will be spared. Is that what you're trying to say? Can I have a day to think about such an important decision? Of course, I can wait. I hope you make a wise decision for your son's life and please don't worry too much. We'll offer a fair price for the acquisition of the state. Well, if you find it difficult to sleep because of the offer, I'll make sure to explain your situation well to the higher-ups so that they offer an even higher price. This is ridiculous. You Tak Opa wouldn't do that. We have to find a way to uncover the truth. We can gather retainers and somehow rescue Opa. Ju Ryong, that's exactly what they want. If we resort to force first, Yu Tak's life will then be in danger. Fine. Let them have it. As long as our family is safe, we can always find a new home. For now, prepare the contract. Young master, if he comes back again and demands the contract as requested, suggest exchanging it with your son at an agreed location. They will accept without suspicion. And please allow me to accompany you to that place. What? That is absurd. It's not your place to interfere like this. Why should I bring an escort from a foreign state into our household affairs? While I also don't like meddling in others' affairs, they are associated with the enemies I'm pursuing. It's just that they're related to my personal goals. And, I just mentioned this because I thought I might be able to help in rescuing your son. How many pieces is that in total? John Yop, that lad, seems to have observed your cloud ascension technique closely as well. Frustrating, but impressive nonetheless. Uncle, I hope you can trust me and follow this person's advice. Thanks to the young master here, even the Golden City Escort Agency survived our crisis. I believe he can surely help in rescuing your son. He will come back here tomorrow at noon. I'll listen attentively. Tell me your plan. All we have to do is go to the meeting place. Please wait until we return. We? Who else is going? We'll send 2 escorts. As soon as the contract is handed over, send my son to them right there. Sending only 2 escorts. Aren't you trusting us too much? Using complicated methods is also for the purpose of a legitimate power expansion, isn't it? So, you'll surely keep your promise. Moreover, my subordinates are already taking good care of your son. Please follow me. I wonder why the young master took Kyo-young with him? Probably to bring back a hostage. He's quick on his feet and has a good sense of direction. Yun-yeop will return after scouting the area more. They're trying to find their headquarters. He's a monster. I let my guard down thinking there were only 2 of them. I never imagined such a skilled person would be among their retainers. They followed us for an ambush. I'm thankful I can at least handle light attacks. I need to inform the chief as soon as possible. If I just set off a signal flare in that open field, will going that way lead us to your headquarters? If we want to get a good look here, it's over there. Is their headquarters on that rocky mountain? We'll need to investigate further after sunset. You took the contract with you on the road. Using gold coins as the transaction amount, they must indeed have remarkable people. All the subordinates who participated in the negotiations have gone silent, so these guys surely won't stay quiet either. I wonder if Seo Kyo-young, that thunderstorm of a guy, conveyed my story well. Father, oh my goodness. You're really back. As expected, you came back alone. What about him? Sir, I understand you're moved by the reunion, but we need to prepare immediately. We need to prepare. What do you mean by that? That's what Jeon-yeop said. He said there would be an attack here tonight. An attack? Are you saying the guys who kidnapped me were behind this? I don't know the details, but Jeon-yeop, that bastard, is still there, saying he'll find the kidnappers' hideout. The young Master Jin has returned here, and all the guys at the negotiation table have been smashed. Plus, if Jeon-yeop snoops around there, those guys will have no choice but to resort to a full-scale attack. The guys we met today seem to be heated up as well. If some of them are like that, it wouldn't be strange for dozens of them to come. Alright, let's get ready quickly. It'll be troublesome if those monster-like guys show up again. All the members who were sent for negotiation are dead? Yes, from what I've confirmed, it seems that there was a fight at meeting location. Those guys deliberately agreed to the hostage exchange. It's clear they were targeting us from the start. Gather all remaining members and launch an attack on the Dead Sea Bureau at nightfall. If those bastards have any brains, they'll be searching for our main base. Before that happens, we should set fire to the Dead Sea Bureau. It's already too late. Your base has already been exposed, and I have prepared for an ambush. Who are you? Enough. You guys go and execute the orders I just gave you. You think I'll just let you go? What are you doing? Hurry up and carry out the mission. Yes, my lord. So, what's the reason you came all the way here yourself? If you reveal your motive, I'll allow you to die painlessly. I'll be the one asking the questions. Arrogant bastard. Then, I'll force you to answer. Do you know the name Kyaryul Sahan? By the time you're a leader, you should know enough. When did he? This guy. His martial arts skills are unusual. Execution takes precedence over interrogation. Even if he mastered martial arts from birth, it would still have barely been 20 years. What on earth is this kid? So, you do know. I have to finish it in one go. He's not someone you should speak of lightly. So, you don't want to answer, huh? 'Kay then, I'll make you want to answer. To a young newcomer. Now, tell me what you know. As I suspected, it what right to resort to force from the beginning. I never expected such a master to appear. Since I'm the master of this pathetic scheme, I'll just answer one question. Nothing more. Do you know the name Sol Suyeon? I've never heard that name before. As expected, Lady Suyeon. It seems that she's hiding well somewhere. For now, that'll do. Let's hurry back to the Dead Sea Bureau. These bastards are as organized as the Black Assassins. Q. Junior sister. These guys are launching an all-out attack. I feel like we're cornered. That bastard, Jeon-yeop, must have thoroughly penetrated their main base. Everyone, step aside. I'll handle this alone, so stay back. Everyone, step aside. I'll handle this alone, so stay back. Iron claws? Is this guy also using tricks? But I can feel it. This guy is more skilled. I'll take care of the subordinates. Should we settle this one-on-one? Ha, I'll be grateful if you do that. These little rascals. Junior sister. Where are you going? Didn't we agree to face each other one-on-one? This bastard. It's not that I don't have confidence, but I'm not a genius either. Moreover, I also need to keep an eye on junior sister. Ugh. Young Master Jin. Young Master. Please get up fast. Young Master Jin. Can't help but get distracted. You damn bastard. How about focusing on me at least when fighting? You don't have to worry. The Dead Sea Bureau will perish today. Couldn't they have at least gathered some more goons? Jaw Yop, that guy. He leaves all this chaos for us to handle and just slips away himself? You're quite persistent. It's over now. Hey! Why are you so late? You rascal, why didn't you come quickly? Thanks to you, I lived. Young Master Ja, the guy and the girl he calls junior sister, are both extraordinary experts. Is this guy one too? That pattern on his forehead, and the iron claws. Nightscans.com. It's evident after seeing his movements, that he has been trained for a long time. I remember the warriors of Chu family that I saw in Soul family. What made the Chu family a family of martial masters is the martial art called Dragon Claw Fist. The weapon she uses. You finally appeared in front of me. You're one of the Chu family's warriors. Since I don't have any intention of letting you go easily, come at me with all your strength. This guy, he knows about us. He's undoubtedly the core of this faction. I must catch that guy first. Aren't you looking away from me right now, Ko? This guy. Alright. You're better than a certain someone who wields a fan. You probably know more than that person. So, answer me. Tell me what you know about Chu Sanmi. West River Alliance Kamzaok family Chu Delhua. You probably know more than that person. So, answer me. Tell me what you know about Chu Sanmi. West River Alliance Kamzaok family Chu Delhua. How do you know that name? Then, that means it wasn't a coincidence that we met like this? I must definitely bring you down and reveal your identity. Let me make a suggestion. From now on, let's have a showdown. If you win, you can just leave, and if I win, you just have to answer my questions and then leave. This guy seems a bit different from usual. Is it related to Kamzaok family? Alright. If you win, I'll answer anything. I don't know what you're curious about from me. For now, leave that guy to Jaw and Yop. I'll extinguish the urgent fire first. He's strong. But, with that sword's movements, you can't keep up with me. Do you really think you can win by fighting like this? As expected, underestimating others is a problem for the people of Chu family. I have no intention of placing the matter into my hands. You know, this guy, I can handle it. No, I wasn't even able to unfold your full potential even once. It's a complete defeat for me. Next time, I will definitely. Oh, really? Do you think there will be a next time? With that arrogant swagger of yours, instead of making a fool of others and mocking them. I swung my sword thousands, tens of thousands of times in places you don't know, to correct even the slightest deviation. Q. Then will you keep the promise you made earlier? Tell me the name of the faction you belong to. West River Alliance. Black Tortoise Pavilion. Our leader's name is Yaryul Sahan. I hear a voice in my head. Is this what they call? Now, go and clearly convey this to Chu Sanmi. The revenge of the old man who erased his whereabouts as an errand. Someday. I'll re-seen it. Really, you guys really saved us. What does this mean? It's not poisonous, so just drink it already. Senior brother will have a hole in his side, and blood will trickle out, so, Yoju will be extremely worried. Besides, you keep having a troubled look on your face. You don't have to call me Kanuna. But still, since I'm older, let's have a drink. You don't have to call me Nuna, but still, since I'm older, let's have a drink. The reason I called you this early in the morning is because I wanted to express my gratitude. Thank you sincerely, Yoju. Thanks to your hard work here day and night, peace has returned to the Dead Sea Bureau. How on earth did you manage to find those kinds of people? They were simply the people who came to me directly when I was in a difficult situation. I see. But, be careful of them. If they are experts with such outstanding skills, they might have some hidden intentions. It's not my place to say as someone who received help, but it's true that I'm worried you might get hurt. What you are saying is correct. It is quite strange for experts like them to help a powerless bureau like ours that can't even offer a penny in return. But until they abandon me first, I want to believe in them until the end. Even when I had just begun my expedition, They risked their life multiple times from the east to the west to save lives, so they're probably not bad people. If you say so, yo Jew. Then, I'll trust them too. Well, how is your schedule for the expedition progressing? Just a vague plan to circle around during the break and open up, so nothing specific. For that reason, I will stay here for the time being. I also want to hear your opinion on the expedition plan. I don't know when you grew up so much. If my opinion can be helpful to your expedition plan, feel free to ask me anytime. You said you were looking for a woman? Is that why you had such a serious expression? Are you here with alcohol because you were curious about that? Ha. That's not it. To approach Jo and Yop more cautiously. Approach, senior brother? If it weren't for Jo and Yop, many people would have died. After learning that the Iron Claw guy was from the Kemzak family, did you see his eyes change? In fact, to grasp the situation from the beggar fellows, I tried to identify who he was based on his martial arts and philosophy, but the only reply I received was that this was the first time they had ever heard of this guy or his martial arts. Even if they do not know in the beggar sect, there shouldn't be much of a problem with one Yop, right? I've heard that a new faction has emerged in Kamsak province. That faction is called Flying Dragon Gate, which was formed by merging Kemzak family and Kemzak Soul family. It's also suspicious that two large families have joined hands and are actively recruiting skilled experts. We need to know what kind of relationship he has with the fellow, whom he showed a particularly guarded reaction to the Kamsak family. It would not hurt to know whether they are enemies or allies. Until the expedition is over, I'll move like a family member, but isn't it a bit problematic that I only know your name? Is that really important? Since I was young, I was raised as a servant in a noble household, and around the time I felt like I had to leave, I went to the mountains to hone my sword skills. So you met your master in the mountains? I was really curious about where and from whom you learned martial arts. Your swordsmanship is unique, so I can already see the intentions in those eyes. She's trying hard to figure out my lineage. Of course, that guy probably told her to ask. What would Suyeon have done in this situation? They say that not everyone in the world thinks the same way. She probably tried to understand such behavior as well. It's understandable to have doubts. After all, I'm using swordsmanship whose origins are unknown. There's nothing formal in particular. I just like being free, and want to simply seek the path to get closer to the power I long for. Since I'm not sure about the limits of my power or what I'll do in the future, so I'm just swinging my sword to become stronger for now. Nevertheless, I think trying to change like that person did wouldn't be a bad idea. Senior brother. I understand senior brother's intention, but as expected, one Yop is not someone who would cause trouble. One Yop has only saved people's lives many times. Come on. One more drink. With this, there will be no secrets between us. The problem is that the person pouring the drinks is not trustworthy. At least for now. Wouldn't it be okay to trust this guy? Is it 5? These persistent bastards. We were all exhausted from being chased for 5 days, so we only took a short break, but I never thought they would catch up so quickly. Time to team up. I have to finish this quickly and go on my way. Girl, don't get in my way, move it. Get lost. Ho, get back. You are supposed to be guarding the carriage. You saved me earlier. I don't like owing favors to anyone, so this is what being young is all about. They're the first ones to visit us in decades, shouldn't we greet them warmly? Cheeky kids. I'll clear you all out. The old man sure has a short fuse. He will feast on kids like you. In moments like these, one should eat leisurely and relish every bite. Judging by your hands, it looks like the guy with the broken fingernail conveyed my greetings well. Then I should show sincerity too. Where are you looking? Is that kid using Gal Min Hyok's movement technique? You recognized it, huh? He taught me how to use it on monsters like you. Ha. This is interesting. I'll turn you into ashes. Die. Oh. Looks like you're an expert in avoiding attacks. I'll just admit it, you're talented. Uck. These guys keep crawling towards the carriage. I have to tie his feet so he can't move. Quah. His red eyes. Am I getting pushed by his technique? Fine. I will fight you with all my might. Take this. Red flame. Hey. Gather your strength. Cut it in a single blow. Cloud ladder art. Damn you, shaman. You raised a weird one. What was that? Who are you calling weird? Sister. Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. I hope everyone is okay. Kyo Young and Eom Dae Hyip? Oh my gosh. Oh no. The lady, you came out, that bastard.